Hello!
Hey!
Welcome back to the wrap-up.
Oh, it's over.
Welcome back.
Well,
done it
welcome to the
before.
wrap-up.
Yeah, it's really
Thanks.
done.
I know.
You weren't kidding about finale last week.
Yes, it was the
I was
finale.
still trying to
Everything's
figure it
different. No one has their name tags. It's crazy.
Who are we?
You
can see so much more of me.
Well, I want to start us off tonight with something. I would like to raise a toast to all of you who have joined us along the way, to all of our lovely players here who have participated, and just in general, to Spirits of the Game. This wonderful little creation we've all made together. Cheers.
Cheers! Wait, clink.
Clink.
It's transitive.
I'm not gonna do it, everyone.
I can't reach the rest of you, sorry.
I don't like that many zeros.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my TK sector.
What the heck?
Son of a gun.
I told you.
That's ridiculous.
Shit, man, I'll drink to
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you,
that's
Sector.
thank you very much.
We love you, Sector.
Yes, thank you,
Love you,
Sector.
You didn't even wait for like 5 minutes
You
to
don't
go
even know
by.
the
They said,
What?
look, we raised a toast. They toasted with
Like,
us.
That's
We-
Fair
I mean,
enough.
that's true. That's true. Wonderful. Thank you, Sector. Well, thank you all for being here. This is a little bit informal. It's not like what we normally do.
You say that while you're wearing a tux.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just had to dress for the occasion. It's a big day.
By the way, the memo said business casual.
I know. I'm pretty casually business as a general.
This guy.
my business is being a nun, apparently.
But yeah, I wanted to kind of get us started off here.
Before we get too far into things,
Oh, what?
spirits, I think it's time we talked face to face.
What?
It's time.
What?
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 Oh my
What?
god!
What? What?
Oh my goodness!
There is a face under there.
Oh no, he's hot.
I know. Well, everyone, I want to say welcome to a member of our table. This is Sean. Everyone, say hi.
Hi, Sean.
Sean is has been with us along the journey for a long time, and for me, with a very long time. Spirits.
Facts.
Here's a great surprise. Sean, do you want to tell them?
Yeah, we're womb mates.
Yes, Sean and I are actually twin brothers. Bam! Blow your mind.
Oh my god.
All right.
The Lord.
I know.
The
Do you want to know how we
lore is
work
deep.
so well together? It's because we can literally talk to each other telepathically. That is canon. All right. Does it count as canon if it's real life or just? Anyways.
I think that's just history.
It's just Lord.
Wonderful. All right. Well, so to start us off, I have a list here, courtesy of Discord. I wanted to kind of get us started with some of the questions that we've been asked this week. Do a little bit of our Q&A to start us off.
Yeah.
About Campaign 1, before we dive into some of the fun stuff of Campaign 2. So,
Wow.
oh,
Thanks, bye guys.
Wow, thank
you guys are so
5
sweet.
gift
Crying.
sites.
Hold it in. We got the rest of them.
You like
So
us,
much
you really
more.
like us.
All right. So, to start us off here, I have a question from Sector, our lovely TK Sector, who is very generous, but and I'm
And
concerned about your
You
whatever.
can't keep getting
Sector,
away
you
with
look
this.
so beautiful today.
All right. But Sector asks, "Hello, insert Mrs. Doubtfire hello sound effect." I don't know what that is, unfortunately. My question for you all is, what is something you look forward to in the new campaign? While we can't go into a ton of that right now, I just want to get does anyone have any vibes that they're looking forward to?
For
Oh, Jesus.
I
This
know
is
we're-
about the new
we're
campaign. I
starting-
thought we were talking about the old campaign.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to
This
it.
is not in the script.
But
wait,
it
what if
is.
I have an answer already? So
Okay.
I'm without giving away anything. I'm really excited for the asking about vibes for the new campaign that we're excited for. Just the dynamic of the characters that we are bringing to the table. Some of us are being a little bit more chaotic, a little bit
Some of
more
us.
like crotchety maybe is a good word as well.
Well, we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
Cantankerous.
We'll come back to that later.
And exploring new places. I'm excited for this.
Yes.
There will be many.
Before we dive into that, though, let's go back to some Campaign 1 stuff real quick. Rain asks, so Alice is referred to with they, she, and is very androgynous. And Fallen Horizon got referred to with they, them a couple of times. Are they, non-binary? To answer your question, that is yes on both accounts. Especially Alice, I thought it was just fun to have like someone who we could all, in our own ways, kind of relate to in that way. So yes. Also, anyone else who is gender TM and it didn't really come up in conversation, there actually is one important person who it never really came up, and we kind of talked around it, which is kind of my bad for trying to use a like gendered prefix, but the Emperor Vermilion is technically supposed to go by the
I did notice it a couple times.
Well, we showed up and tried to kill them, so it was just kind of like that off the bat.
It was just, we started with a hate crime, so like,
is monster a gender? Because then it makes sense to me. 'Cause they were
If monster is a gender, that's what I'm changing it to on my birth certificate.
all right.
I think that's
Hey.
fitting.
No spoilers for the next campaign.
I meant in like real life.
All right.
I gotta get creepier. Anyway.
Our next
God, that would
question
be crap.
comes from our god of pies, Pie God.
Hi, God.
Were there any alternate outcomes / routes to solve the issues that happened throughout the campaign that Ryan hadn't accounted for / accounted for but weren't used?
This question.
There are several, but I want to quickly ask you all, do you have any guesses as to what they were?
Was it like maybe during some of the puzzles? Like, would you have given hints
That's a good one. That's
Okay.
a good
during
one.
the chess and everything?
My guess is like maybe the Pearl-Talia stuff. Like, I wonder if Pearl-Talia was supposed to be as big of an NPC as she ended up being.
Yes. So, on both of those accounts, there was, this is a long time ago now. Oh, thank you for, thanks, Rain. Oh my gosh. So with, if you all remember back on the Roak, the little puzzle sequence, during the boss fight, there was a puzzle to be solved that we just kind of brute forced our way through.
Yes.
There
yes,
was?
it
The answer was,
It was for the split rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a puzzle where the answer, I don't remember it off the top of my
The
head. now.
battle map looked like a Georgia O'Keeffe.
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on.
You drew it!
Wasn't it like the hint was like vertical moon or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and the answer was 3002.
Yeah,
Because
that's
if you
right.
take moon and then
Oh, we talked about that after the session.
Yeah,
I
but
remember
I think the
that.
spirits just said, we're gonna break this thing.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they did.
You did
We
that.
and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're not smart. We suck at riddles.
We solved
But
the
you
other
know that.
puzzles on
You've watched
Leroic.
Yeah.
We're a little smart. I solved a puzzle all by myself.
You did.
Look, do you want to go back to talking about the what was the riddle that like Bovinia?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
that-
totally forgot about that.
Were you
got-
rushed in with the bird, or was that a different
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
it was when I went
Baker
to go
Supreme.
talk to Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh God,
and I was not paying
Kenny.
attention.
Wait!
Don't
wait.
Yeah.
In the eternal words of Ivy,
And then I
don't
immediately
wait.
run up and go,
Baby.
"Hello, I am Bogoth. I need an egg." That was awesome. Anyway, yeah.
Did I get turned into a pig? Was that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
It was-
Wow.
yeah.
Yes.
Gillian.
But yes, there was. It's really hard for me. That one's a really obvious one. What was the one you were bringing up, Marin? That there was a
Pearl-Talia.
Pearl-Talia.
Yeah.
There were Pearl-Talia, definitely. I was not expecting the Nereus Warlock turn with Pearl-Talia. That was
Yeah.
for certain. But yeah, I mean, it's so hard to look back because there were so many moments.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, wait. So when we fought Pearl-Talia, when she was in control of Persona, thanks. And then Varia sniped her ass with a natural 20 guiding bolt
Yes.
from very far away and killed her.
120 feet. Yeah.
Like, I remember you telling us after session that you were not expecting her to die. So
Yes.
and because like with our world with Almir, when spirits die in the material plane, like it takes a lot of power to come back to the material plane. I'm just curious if she would have come back in a much bigger way and much sooner if Varia didn't get the kill shot.
Yes. I don't like wandering down what ifs too much because I want to leave a lot up in the air. But
You could just say you don't have the answer. That's also okay.
What I will
For the
say
5
is
gifts
she
of-
was, as originally written, she was supposed to be a part of the attack against the City of Progress.
Oh.
That would have been a lot.
You're welcome.
Very
by the
interesting.
way.
Cool.
Also, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Along similar lines, were you expecting Genius to be set free?
No, actually, not at all. Like literally, that was.
I feel
was
like that's one of the
expecting-
other questions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like there was
We'll-
one that
we'll
was
get
like,
to it, we'll get
yeah,
to it,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely that moment. It is one of my favorite moments from the campaign because I was so flabbergasted.
That
Just in terms
cast
of,
was
I don't.
flabbergasted.
Yeah, I was
Well,
like, I don't.
well, because
know.
we gave them Conjure NPC, and like y'all could have picked anyone.
Yeah, I was expecting. I was like, it's gonna be Pythias.
No,
It's
I
gonna
was
be
like, it's gonna be Mimbo.
yeah,
You know, because
Mimbo.
for some reason
I was like,
everyone loves Mimbo.
I thought it was gonna be one of the like generic, not generic, but one of the bad guys. I was like, it's gonna be Jerome. It's gonna be. Like, there were a lot of options that it could have been. But Genius was not on my list, but it was very fun.
Yeah.
If Mimbo doesn't make a comeback in campaign 2, I'm quitting.
I will quit if he
Bye.
does.
I'm kidding.
No, we will see.
Hater.
All right. Okay.
I'm also. I will say I'm really curious to see if Genius makes an appearance in the new campaign.
We'll see.
Because
Same
we
Pause.
didn't. You know, because that's another thing of like, Genius was freed, and then we kind of at some point after that we made the decision that we need to shorten the campaign because of outside circumstances, and so we never really saw the impact of that. So
Our lips are sealed. All right.
later to smirking.
Lips are sealed. Lips are sealed. We may have talked about it. All right. Next question from Lua. Now, I have to ask, what was the deal with Scraggly Dan? What's his deal? His story? Why was he so powerful? Why was his wife ? So powerful? What happened to him after Minnie ate him?
Oh my god.
So I have to. There are some things in this question I can answer, and some I can't. The story with Scraggly Dan is Scraggly Dan is a spirit, and is connected to a part of Oros and the world that we didn't really get the time to explore too much. Where there are the storm cliffs that are off of Durast, which is where a lot of the giants and giant races hail from in Oros. So his wife hails from there. I won't connect the dots for you, but they are somehow connected to Oth. The other part of Scraggly Dan's story is Scraggly Dan is actually a little bit of a pet NPC for me. I have a friend, his name is Thomas. In high school, he played a character called Scraggly Dan.
Oh my god.
And Scraggly Dan was the most just... I don't want to say he was a bad character, but he was the most chaotic, crazy old man character that still to this day is like one of those characters that just is in my forever burned in my brain of being like just the essence of D&D.
Yeah.
I have him in all caps with stars. I must have loved him.
Wait, also
You're like, this is
in Ivy's notes, she has Scraggle D Dan.
Scraggledy Dan.
It's
I don't know.
Scraggly Dan.
Well,
Scraggledy
Well,
Dan.
I didn't know.
Hey, nice notes.
But yes.
At least he's taking them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a powerful spirit, but we didn't get a
It's
ton of
got it
payoff
up
there.
here.
There are like stretches of 5 episodes at a time where I have taken not one note.
How many episodes do we have?
63.
63 episodes, but I did not take notes.
I took notes in the first 2 episodes, and then I was like, I got it.
I had such high hopes for
I
myself.
filled the whole notebook.
All right, we need to. I'm gonna try to get through some.
We
of
all
these.
need to
Sorry,
take
I-
No,
yeah.
you're good. You're good. We're having too much fun. J Rain asks. Anyways, my question is, how will the epilogues and last campaign affect this new setting if it does at all? We will come back to that one later. Sector now asks. Furthermore, will there be a time jump if it does? We will come back to that. J Rain asks. So we all know that a fellow spirit of ours, Rael Koff, prevented them from getting good rest. Oh, this is in
The flame.
the flame. How much of a factor did that play, and how did they die? Was it a glorious last stand type of death?
Ooh, do tell.
I won't
yeah.
say all the specifics.
No, but you have to.
I don't. I reserve
I
the
thought
right.
it would work.
But I will say, not getting good rest before a major epic battle definitely does play a significant factor.
Did she have a level of exhaustion, like
Oh, yes.
mechanically? Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Weak. I could have handled it.
You-
It would've been fine.
I will say, I won't answer everything, but I would remind everyone to think about what the flame's ability is. Moving on. J Rain asks, as many of us know, Nesh was heavily involved with gibberish and breaking free from him, but I was wondering if there was anything that was supposed to happen before or after the death of gibberish that couldn't be used due to Jean's unforeseen departure. I don't want to go a ton into this, but I will say definitely there were some threads that were pivoted, especially with the Solaris clan. Nesh was a super interesting character, and anything like when a character has something dramatic like death happen to them, it definitely it has a fundamental impact on the story. So I think saying supposed to be is a little bit misleading. There were things that could have happened that I had in sort of the background that I was working on that then changed. So in a lot of ways they were still used, but they were changed. I hope that answers the question. J Rain then also asks, has there ever been a time throughout the campaign that a spirit or spirit's activity / redeem has completely caught you off guard, both good and bad? If so, what would that moment or moments be?
Okay.
Anyone else want to answer this?
Not the Conjure NPC moment. That's cheating.
Yeah.
That's the really obvious one, and we've already talked about it.
I did. You can't use it now.
Anyone else have any other answers?
One of my favorite moments, and one that I really did not see coming, was the horrific head soccer or football game.
my
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have been one of my
Like,
least favorite
juicy.
moments.
I
I
think
was so sad.
I pushed that out of my mind.
On one hand,
That
I
was awesome.
love it because it was super cool what you guys did. On the other hand,
Yeah.
it was a little gruesome.
It was great.
Like, respect, but Jesus.
Yeah, no kidding. It was kind of cool though, and yeah. Mine I think is when I think it was Rael. I think Rael shaved Bogarth bald.
Oh my god!
Yes, I forgot about that.
And I don't remember if that benefited me or not in any way. But that definitely, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. That.
I think that was definitely one of the best moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
There was
awesome.
also that time Nereus tried to murder Prince Isaac and the spirits stopped him.
Several times.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
They stopped you?
they did because I
Yeah.
was plunging my dagger into his
You were
chest,
right there.
and they were like,
Oh, did they like spirit hand and be like,
"Yeah,
Yeah.
which
pass
they
force?
probably had a lot of adverse things that could have happened had that.
Well, I
gone
mean, Prince Isaac, he ended up as the king.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Who-
They
who-
changed
You
the
can thank
course of
Lua
history.
for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thanks,
Who
Lua.
do you think would have become the next in line?
Scraggly Dan.
Bimbo.
You've ruined the integrity of this question. We can move on.
Great, wonderful.
I apologize.
All right.
Oh yeah, maybe Seneca. That would make a lot of sense.
What about Nem?
And
what
the-
about Nem?
I was gonna say
I
Nem,
could have
yeah.
been king.
Hurry, we have to marry
You
really
would
quick.
doomed us all.
Yeah.
Let's just be
All right.
real.
J Rain then also asks, they're apologizing if they missed it, but did we ever find out if Skull found out or
Oh,
was
God.
told that the favored five killed their
I
father?
don't think.
Also, what did they do during the recon mission and dealing with Oros? So it was never specifically mentioned.
We said we'll talk later, and then the campaign ended.
Look, we had a lot to get
But-
to.
Yeah, that's true.
we had
But-
a timeline
but-
to stick to.
Skull actually had found out when Skull walked into that final meeting after a battle with the Flame.
And
Skull was aware, and then was conveniently forgotten on the way to Lorvon.
No, it would have been so interesting.
Yeah, but it would have taken so much time. And
We were on a tight schedule.
You're right. Yeah. We don't.
We had to
don't-
save the world,
We
and then
don't
we did.
like confrontation or character development on this show. So,
Yeah, actually-
yeah, no, it's cool. It's, whatever. Yeah, dumb. What a
Stagnant
stupid
characters.
idea.
Nothing ever changes.
True.
J Rain then also, sort of a follow up to that, is then asking. I kind of grouped them all together because it was a lot of questions about the Solaris clan and what kind of happened to them because they weren't specifically touched on. I will leave a fair amount of that up in the air because I think there's still a lot of story to be told with the Solaris clan. I don't want to spoil anything. Wonderful. J Rain then also asks, I know throughout the entire time of this campaign, many epic moments have occurred, but are there any moments that you felt are heavily slept on? And why do you think they're really cool?
I don't feel like it was super slept on, but I think Nereus taking their eye out was just one of the most insane
Yeah.
things I've ever witnessed.
A fun anecdote about that.
Sure, yeah.
I was like, okay, campaign finale. Fuck me, no. Season finale, I need to do something dramatic, and we had mentioned the staff needing, like, you have to, like
an eye.
an eye. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what better eye to pull out than my own? And then
Psycho.
Ryan gets to describing it. Nights after this happened in the campaign, I had lost sleep thinking about the descriptions of you that you gave me. I was like, like every time I'd be dozing off, I'd remember it and just I wouldn't be able to sleep. So that's so funny. I did it to myself.
Can I also just say it's so wild that in all of Nereus's art, like official art, you had him winking
Yeah.
and closing his right eye.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
entirely like I didn't plan that. That was not planned.
And so you didn't have to update the art because
Still winking.
Forever.
plausible deniability, baby.
The story makes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's slept on either, is the first reunion we had at the Garden of Souls with Varia, where we got to see Varia interact with her mom for the first time.
Yeah.
Which I cried. I think if we go and watch it back, I either cried during the stream or afterwards, because we got to see a lot more Varia just in this moment that happened. And it just solidified a lot of Varia's character for me, where I'm like, oh shit.
I
Yeah.
couldn't stop crying.
And it was
Really
it was
good scene.
cool too because like everybody had like their part of the story that was told at any given point, and you know everyone's kind of mixed together. But Various was always just kind of right in the background, and then
Yeah.
it like all slammed together at once, and it was like
Intense.
Damn.
It was really intense.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
like
It was great.
the moment that we were in the Reef of Saren and we met Orfeo and we were in his room and we discovered like the skull of the turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I think that moment's really underrated, but I just remember in that moment, like obviously you crafted this campaign really smartly of like Laird was just saying of like interweaving a lot of, character plot stuff with, the main story plot stuff. But I think in that moment I was like, oh shit, this Loom guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's at the bottom of the goddamn ocean. Holy
He's got my
shit.
boyfriend. That was like the first moment where I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah,
I was
'cause I
this-
like
wait,
never-
It's all connected.
I never thought about the fact that it could be anywhere. I thought it was like
It's
just
just-
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
it was just
you're
dramatic.
incredibly selfish.
Yeah.
I got them all to myself.
It was funny though that despite that, like Orfeo and everything being a part of it, Illum just wanted you. Like, so it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
He really tried.
But
He
there.
didn't get me though. Well, he got me, but not in the end.
Yeah.
True.
I think
Go ahead.
I think one of my favorite moments from the spirits that I think is a little slept on is when Rain gave Bogarth their glass sword.
Yeah.
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 That was so awesome.
Yeah.
That was its
really
own
cool.
whole full circle arc.
Yeah.
Because it was
You
right
guys
after
were
I
part
broke
of.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
During
yeah.
the fight with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the same fight that you took out your eye.
Yeah.
I think it was that same
Oh my
fight.
god.
Big-
Yeah. It broke
Because that,
against him.
honestly, okay, that fight was so awesome because everything went wrong. Everything that
Everything
could have
went
gone wrong went wrong, and it needed to go wrong
Yeah.
for the story
We were
to
getting too
progress.
comfortable.
We were getting too
I-
comfortable.
I do miss that full power well of knowledge.
Yes, I
Counterspell on a stick.
that
True.
I will selfishly dote on that whole fight. That is still one of my favorite moments, and was one of my favorite moments before it ever even happened. That whole fight and Oros being resurrected was one of the foundational pillars that the story was built on, where I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And just everything just happened so perfectly in that, where just the sword broke, the taking out your own eye.
Yeah.
There was just so much chaos, and then the impact of the power word kill going on to Nesh was just, oh man, it was great. It was a great moment.
That was the first time you used Revivify too, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
probably.
So,
'Cause that was the first time any of us like fully died.
Yeah.
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 which is great because then that's just popped right back up.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
I wonder if we only get so many of those.
I'm gonna do a couple more questions here. I'm kind of skipping around a bunch of these.
Yeah, let's
Player questions
go.
too. Like some of us.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
I have a
lot of these are in regards to next campaign, which we'll talk about in a minute here. We're
Yeah.
gonna stick to.
I can we jump
got you,
down to?
That's such a good question.
Which one?
Yeah, was the brick used in the construction of Bogarth School?
Was it?
Wait, who had the brick? Who even had the brick at the end?
I think Lewis still had the brick. Am I wrong?
So
Oh,
Lua,
you have to tell us.
Yeah, wait, Lua, this is your question.
What?
No.
Tell us. Tell
And
us.
then the brick was put into the tip jar at, I believe, the crash.
What?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Wait, was it the tip jar in front of the tea station?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The tea cabinet.
What an obscure thing to remember.
You know,
Oh my
I'll go out on a limb and I'll
Donated
say.
it into the Bogarth's corner.
Yeah.
Wait, so then surely it was used because wait, who made the tea station? It wasn't Gris. It was
Did Carl?
Marl.
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah, I think it was Mara.
But technically that all went to the crash where Gris was, and Gris started the school.
Yeah.
Oh, you said, what the hell am I
Was
gonna do
my
with this
brick
thing?
the cornerstone?
It could have been the cornerstone. It could have had the paint in it.
With
Is it
my
canon
initial
Josh!
B. My initial B. It's canon. Okay.
True. Okay, sorry. I really liked that one.
Yeah, no. Let me see if I missed any on Discord here, because I know I printed this out early this morning.
And y'all had a lot
I
of
think
good
we had a
questions.
couple.
True.
Can we go, wait,
Sorry, we're trying to get through all of these, but we do have to keep time in mind.
It's okay, because
Yeah.
just text me. Don't text me.
what? That's crazy. Text you?
So Martin's number is.
I mean,
as opposed to texting.
I mean, to be fair,
Just ask me and I'll make up bullshit.
Marin, you did say the Spirit Master's name, like government name,
Wow.
in an episode.
Wow.
I don't know
I
if
wasn't
anyone
the first.
remembers
I
it.
apologized to him afterwards, and he goes, "You're not even the first one to say it." So
Who was the first?
I don't know, Josh. Probably you.
Was it?
I don't know. It might have been me.
I think it was technically you, but it was
Yeah.
downplayed.
I don't even remember it.
Where you
make
did.
a big- Well, 'cause I thought I was the
Yeah,
first
well,
one to
because
remember
it was
saying
literally like you stopped talking, and went Sean,
Yeah,
and
I
then
made.
that was the moment.
I did accidentally make a moment out of it, and I apologize. But also, it was funny as fuck.
And now
It was very
you know who
funny.
he is, so it doesn't matter.
True.
It's all okay in the end.
So you're
I'll
welcome,
throw in
really.
one here. Did the party ever retrieve tactics and strategy?
no, we talked about that too.
No,
No.
The answer was no. They are peacefully living their lives.
they are free.
Dude, they're on a boat
boat?
in a river. Two donkeys.
Two donkeys on a boat
You
in a
think
river.
they're free?
Can we have
Sounds
They're
like a
dead.
great
Can we have
song.
like a one-shot side story of tactics and strategy?
Wait, maybe,
Somehow.
Dibs on tactics.
We'll keep it in the vault.
maybe, the river spirit,
Temela?
Tamala.
Tamala has two
Them
little
to
donkeys.
see. Their little hippocampi down.
Wait, it's the start of Noah's Ark. But that's the first two. Anyway.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. We worked together on various amulet, and I know that somebody was asking this in the chat or in the Discord. I think it was Lua a couple of months ago, but I want to hear your inspiration for that whole vibe.
Yes. Okay. So, thank you.
That
for
was
asking that.
fun.
Yes. So Ivy has played a warlock with me before, and in that game, I gave Ivy a bunch of pages from a book that had like descriptors, if you remember. Like it was like weird
Yeah, it
little
was a
rhyming
mystery.
stories. Yeah, it was a big mystery, like who your character's patron was. And
Because
then
I
you-
didn't know.
And then you came to me for this, and you were like, "I want a cursed object."
Yeah, I love cursed things, and they're very fun.
And-
so I said, this thing is really cool, make it cursed.
Yes. And so you said something of you wanted something vampire-y, but not vampire-y, I
Okay.
think, or we ended up in
remember
that
saying
kind
that,
of
yeah.
realm. And so I kind of went back and forth. and there's this. I saw this picture of where I was trying to think of like what is kind of vampire-like, but not necessarily a vampire. And there is the like sort of co-opted version of the sort of westernized version of like the Wendigo, of like this deer creature with hands and I thought, I was like, oh man, that's so unsettling.
The feasts on flesh.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's in it. It is in like entirely like kind of like spawned with the internet. I want to say because historically, they do not look like that.
They are not at all accurate. But the idea of it was cool.
Yeah.
And I remember I was listening. I was trying to figure it out, and I was trying to set the mood, so I had creepy music on. And then if anyone else in the entire world has seen the show Centaur World, there is a song in Centaur World that is...
I made that up.
No,
Centaur?
it's a song called Nowhere King, which is about one of the villains. I'm not gonna spoil
that's right.
anything.
You did show me that
Yes,
song.
but it's incredibly unsettling, very spooky, and I was listening to it, and I was like, this is it. So the amulet then worked in a way where Varia... Anytime Varia went down, Varia gained a charge.
And used it to stabilize. Because if I went down and I was healed, I was fine. But as soon as it came to my turn and I stabilized, because it was like a modified periaptive wound closure.
Yes.
Anytime I stabilized, I gained what we called a curse counter.
Yes.
And so that's what you were using the remove curse to get rid of,
Yes.
Yeah.
Because every time she gained a certain number of curse counters, and then the amulet would then have other ways where if you use the abilities, it would give you more curse counters. You would go into a new tier, which would cause a different effect, like growing the horns.
Becoming undead. I was not undead until like a decent way through
like
the campaign.
episode 27 or something.
Yep. Technically.
But with that, what was really fun is we never got to the
juicy
end.
stuff.
Where
Oh damn, really?
There was
we
like
stopped just short.
So I ended up at tier 5 or so, but there were 7. We discussed it after, but you have to tell them.
Yes. So the next tier that we saw for Varia's arm would have just totally transformed. It would have been like stretchy and horrifying. And then the one after that, Varia then would have been able to transform into basically what Ordos transformed into during his second phase.
Oh.
And then every curse counter after that would prevent Varia from changing back.
Oh my god!
So juicy.
I think I remember reading through that
Yeah.
last level of like you have to consume X pounds
Yes,
of
of
flesh.
raw
Yeah.
rotting flesh to be able to transform back. We stopped just Varia. Just there was a point where I was like, I'm gonna start moving curse now. I'm a little afraid.
I was terrified.
be.
It was really fun though.
But yeah, no, it was a very fun item, and the whole time I was just like, yes, give in to your hate.
Oh my god!
First things are fun.
You're a little like freak over there.
You didn't get that after 63 episodes? Hello.
More so than I thought, and I applaud you for it.
Thanks.
Why was Varia so like against me, making a little dude?
Yeah.
I didn't get to choose it. Ivy's super into it, but
Hell yeah.
Verity was like, I didn't choose this life.
I didn't choose the undead life. The undead life chose me.
True.
Oh no.
Kind of piggybacking off
Yeah.
this last question, Ryan, there are some very cool and grotesque enemies throughout the campaign. Is there
Yeah.
anywhere specifically you drew inspiration from for such horrors?
That's a great question.
What is the Rat King?
Rat
Yeah, the
King,
Rat King, which is
child
inspi-
centipede.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Dude,
gonna leave that
every
out.
time I forget about the pilot season,
Ryu?
and then I remember, I'm like, what's wrong?
Child centipede was
What's wrong with you?
crazy.
Why'd you start with that?
Yeah. Well,
did
I
you
was
come up
setting
with
a tone.
Yeah.
Did you
Like
come up with
Raoul
that?
or whatever.
Yeah. So
Raoul.
really early on, Spirit Master Sean and I talked a lot about what we thought were good ideas for spirits and like what felt like it was within this sort of realm, because I think we mentioned before that there was a fair amount of inspiration of like Avatar: The Last Airbender's spirits, specifically I don't remember what they're called now, but it's the spirit that changes its face.
Isn't it
Yeah, and steals your
Ko
face.
or something?
Yeah, Ko or something like
yeah.
I
that.
think,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Ko. There's also in Inuyasha, there's a bunch of just these incredibly like unsettling spirits, or like creatures or gods, and so for me, a lot of the inspiration kind of came from random things, but I think a lot of my inspiration just came from the concept of like just what feels like otherworldly. I don't remember what it's from, but there was some. I think I take a lot of inspiration from that one. I don't remember what it's called now, but it's that video where it's like human beings as like they progress through like this like fictional human beings where like some are like literally like boxes on a planet and some like
All tomorrows?
yeah, all tomorrows.
Oh my god!
I was just thinking about this the other day. Wow. Go
Yeah,
figure.
all tomorrows just like
Oh, I'll show
the-
you. It's fantastic.
It's cool.
The
I guess
implication that
Josh and I are
something
uncultured.
is both human but definitely not, but there's something familiar about it is
Like
just so
Uncanny Valley.
yeah,
sorta?
it's so
Yeah.
tantalizing to me
Yeah.
that I just sometimes I don't say I have nightmares, but I have feverish daydreams about just horrific things
Daymares.
in terms of the creatures.
Yeah.
What kind of dreams? We'll move on.
Yeah, so
I've always
not a lot of specifics, but
Yeah.
those just general
Those are-
vibes. They're just unsettling.
the vibes I always got. Specifically with like the child centipede, whatever. It's very like a la Full Metal Alchemist, which we've gotten some things here and there of with
yeah.
specifically like the homunculus or when they
Yeah.
like try to bring their mom back, where it's like it's so close to being human, but it misses the mark just
Yeah.
slightly. And
Yeah,
that's what makes it
you know,
freaky.
it's funny that the inspiration for that specifically, I was like just scrolling through D&D miniatures on like some website, and I saw one that kind of was like centipede. I'm like, oh, that'd be like cool, like something. And there's that there's like all of Godric's enemies in Elden Ring that are like all like grafted together.
Yeah. But
And-
you decided children?
Well,
yeah.
so hear me
yeah,
out
that's
on
where
this.
you fucked up.
There,
Was he supposed to be a good guy?
The-
Is he a villain?
no, he was a villain.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there's
Thank you.
I think something to me that gets in like the modern like interpretation of necromancy and undeath, like it's kind of like fun and like it's supposed to be like kind of fun and horrifying.
So fun.
Well, okay,
I
like
had
it's
fun
like,
with it.
oh, I resurrect my army of skeletons. Oh, they do a little dance,
I
like
stitched 6 kids together.
The Necro Dancer.
yeah, exactly.
Scary skeleton.
And I just viscerally remember reading Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
my
just
God.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
being like absolute like not able to sleep for nights of just the moral and ethical implications. And I really wanted the campaign to start with like it's like, oh, it's fun, we have like these fun spirits, everything's kind of nice, and it's like, oh, it's necromancy, yeah, this is D&D, and then the gut punch of like, no, they're out here for your children, like this is I wanted the weight to impact to also move everyone forward in this direction of like something very bad is happening. They do
Yeah.
not care about
It
people.
set the tone.
it very effective. Very, almost like very effective.
It was
A child.
well done.
A question that I actually want to ask everyone: did anyone figure out before it happened that Oros was going to be resurrected?
No.
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 Not even close.
That was
I was-
just
I wasn't
so
thinking
out
about
of left
that.
field,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
fit so well. But I
Yeah.
was like,
I mean, that's the main. Yeah.
oh,
Because I was really curious. Because the whole time I'm like, I don't want to be too heavy-handed. I'm like, his image is everywhere. Oh, he's holding the spear. Oh, just like everyone cares about him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thinking back on it, it was a lot of that. You're right. There was like the statue of him in the mausoleum, the like paintings in the Roac.
Yep.
I just assumed like dude was a big deal.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
which
did too.
and, like we all knew he was.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know he like wanted to come back.
Yeah.
I also didn't realize he was like Hitler. But
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
because
the thing.
yeah,
I was like, oh, this guy sucks.
yeah, like we were told from I think his name was Franz in the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lord of
Um,
Glass.
Oh my God,
Oh, no.
the old guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
old
the-
dude.
the,
yeah,
like, monk.
the glass.
What a brain
priest.
blast.
where we all
He-
first met.
But like, he
Wow.
told the story of Oros and the Spirit Caller artifacts, and it was like, okay, he just was the Emperor. okay. Like there wasn't any implication of his morals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was an important
least-
part of
So I
history.
was like, maybe he was
United-
like based or something.
He united the country in a time of great conflict and war. No one who's
Yeah.
ever done that was ever a bad person.
Right. Unity.
That's a good
All
point.
right. We should talk about some favorite moments real quick.
We've kind of been talking about a
We've
lot
been
of our
talking
favorite
about it,
moments.
but I want to hear some from the spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any from the Discord?
I can pull some up here.
Do they like us?
Speaking of the spirits,
Do they like us?
I loved the moments. I loved
23. Sorry.
every moment with the spirit, obviously, the spirits that were there, because they were all so different and so fun. But I loved the moments that we had, like, a little bit more of a serious tone, but you guys were, like, really trying to help us, like, more of omnipresent viewers in this world, and, like, you would help us put something in context, or like you had figured out something that we hadn't, and so, you know, a disembodied voice would come through and put two and two together. And those were moments that I love, because it really felt like you guys were and are playing at the table with us.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, the whole point of it, but also like we didn't think of it and y'all did. And it was just, I loved moments like that where it was like you guys.
Just the teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
a part of this part.
Well, and on top of that, there are moments when I'm watching like something like Critical Role, and like I'm like, it's this, you idiots.
He literally does this out loud all the time, and I'm like, it's okay, it's okay.
Calm down.
It's okay.
They can't hear
But
you.
like,
can't hear you,
you
yeah.
know, if I could just be watching live and redeem something to be like, it's this, you idiots. That would be pretty cool. So
That's
like,
the real reason Josh wanted to make
That's
space.
why I'm here. And we're done.
Here we
Thank you
are.
all for coming.
No. One of the favorite moments.
Go on.
One of the favorite moments that Lua has mentioned. I'm just going backwards and forwards here. It's titled "Genius Move." Everyone is thinking,
Oh,
but I
gosh,
guess
which
I'll
one
say
is
the
that?
whole fight with Illum in the sewers plus the spirits teleporting Genius was one of the most exhilarating moments in the whole campaign to me.
Yeah.
Yes, we've already talked about it. That was
Freaking sick.
there. It's that, and it was the first dance in the palace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That, okay.
I had both of the dances down.
So all of us as players, we've also prepped some favorite moments.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I picked. I was like, surely we're gonna have some overlap because that was that was like, I don't know, 9 episodes in, maybe 7
Yeah.
episodes in or something. And you know, when we made this channel, I was like, you know, there's a lot of potential here for some cool moments of audience interaction. And when Ryan was laying the groundworks of you go to this place and you all as the spirits are just here already. And, you know, clearly y'all had a little bit of insider information or you did, and then you gave it to them. And we walked into that and they were just all ready to dance with us. I was like, holy shit, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
very, very cool.
And then I lost that dance. And I really needed
Yeah,
to win
glass
it.
plate.
You lost it
My
to
pride.
Nereus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And guess who
brain.
won the next one?
It was you.
It was me again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I think.
But that's only because I bowed out for the last round.
Whatever.
That's what. That's
My
what
rolls
Josh
are
thinks.
hot.
Look, I
And so
also
am I.
won from that first dance because Seneca and I got together. So.
Oh, that's true.
We all know he
Biggest
lost
battle.
though. It was Nesh
Love.
because he was stuck on the balcony eating snails
Alone.
or something.
Snails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, another favorite moment is from Rain, which is just Nesh moments reposts of every single Nereus and Nesh go complete a task together because it's the best two halves of the same idiot moment.
Share the brain cell.
It
Yep.
works so well because this is a little bit of history. But Gene and I have been friends for a hot minute, and so just being able to play at the table with each other like that, it is very much like we know we're both on the same page. We're gonna be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We are just gonna be stupid.
Another great one is Nesh being put in the bag of holding and yelling in horror.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
then claiming to
Dude,
be
what a
eloping with Killian soon
Yes,
after as an escape tactic.
Yeah, that was awesome. You know what makes me really sad? Like, there was also a moment, I think it was right before the bag of holding, where Nesh and Killian are just like vibing, buying, or like that was when y'all were trying to sell the bag of holding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's in the episode where our sound is fucked.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unwatchable.
And
Pour one out.
Seneca was getting away.
Seneca. That was the first time we met Seneca.
We met Seneca in that episode.
And I was like, yo, get in the bag.
Oh my god.
Kind of weird, but it worked out.
He was like,
Bagged a baddie.
I did. I bagged a baddie.
Yeah.
I love our spirit dads.
Nesh trying to buy definitely not a spicy romance book and being harassed by Killian and Nereus.
Oh yeah.
Nobody let Bogarth read One Night in the Fields. It's not for him. It's not a war book.
You don't think I got to it?
You don't think Bogarth enjoyed the hell out of that book?
I want to remind you, I had 3 levels of Gloomstalker. I was invisible. In
You've
the night.
stolen books from me
I
before.
stole the future book
Yeah.
from Nereus.
And I
I
mean,
think I read it
come on.
several times.
Get in the bag. This
It's
man is my
annotated.
favorite.
I get it back.
I think
I'm like,
yeah.
canonically, we all read that book.
Which one?
A Night in the Field.
A Night in the Field.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, yep.
And then just every time an awkward interaction between two characters happened, and Nesh sagely affirmed they're in love. That was also great.
It was funny. It was very funny.
Another great one, 30 pounds of force, the spirit hand coming in clutch as Neri, with a strong slap and an eye poke or smugly opening a window Ryan said was closed.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was also one of those
Yes.
moments where there were many, when I was balancing a lot of things, I would just conveniently always forget that the spirits had abilities.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where I was like, the window's closed. What are you going to do, guys? Huh? And it was like, we opened the window. And I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
Like, you
Dude,
sure
oh,
do.
the curtain's closed. You can't see. How about them apples for visual components?
The spirits are like, but we want to see.
Let us in. Let us in.
Yeah, let's skip around just a little bit
Yeah.
since we have a little bit here, but I do just want to say one, and that is the CFP.
Oh my god. The Sea of P.
The Sea of P.
You know what's so
What were you?
funny?
What were you thinking?
You know,
Say
there's
what's wrong.
I think we have a comment somewhere of someone saying, you know, the Matt Mercer rule of you always have to say the names out loud. I said that name out loud so many times to myself,
Okay.
and it never occurred to
Well,
me.
then I'll ask this: what's wrong with you?
Bro's not thinking of pee.
You know, it's inside my brain is a dark place that is apparently naive sometimes. So I don't know what you want. I make crabs with fingers for legs and
And the Sea of P.
yes,
And
the
child-
CFP.
Caterpillars.
True. Sector has a favorite moment. Has to be in the City of Values market. Nereus is trying to sell some illicit item to a fence and is handed a coin purse inside of a fish with a gold coming out of the gills. That was so good.
I
That
forgot
was,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh my
As
god.
that early on thing of I was like, yes, there's a fish market, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Nereus is like against the harming of
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the equivalent of like us eating like monkeys, right? Like it's
It
just like
just
weird.
doesn't
Like
feel
it just
right.
doesn't
Yeah.
feel right.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and then someone hands you a monkey head just stuffed with money. Like it's not good.
I'd be questioning that for a multitude of reasons.
How much money are we talking though?
Yeah, and then there was the moment where we, seduced and beat up the Lord of Gulls.
And then he was on our
That
side.
made it on
He was
there.
on our
That
side.
was one of mine.
He was on our side. We did do that. Because you disguised self. We were in this tavern. Nesh
Yeah.
and Malvolio
Yeah.
are having their
Was that
reunion
we
upstairs.
put him in the closet?
Well, first
wait,
you,
that's the time.
but
Wait,
first you
you
seduced him
seduced
at the
him.
bar.
Yeah.
I did.
Got him to come home with us.
Yeah.
I did do that.
And then
And then he revealed to us that he's a spirit lord.
And I was like,
oh, my
one
bad.
of 4.
My
One of
bad.
1 of 4. If it was
And
10,
you know
it would've
what?
been
I
better.
think he liked us.
He did.
I think he did. He
He
gave
came
us a
back.
boat.
Yeah, he did.
That's true.
Yes, Orchid.
He did
The
like he
boat
liked
that
our
he stole
spirit.
his name from.
Yeah.
True.
Another really awesome one was the rescue mission for J-Rain when
Yes.
J-Rain touched the Maw Stone.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was just like a cool little side moment.
Yeah.
I was a
Side
little
quest.
sad. I was a little sad that we didn't get to like see a lot of the details because we were playing and it was like kind of 2 things happening at once.
Yeah.
But
The party
It was cool.
split.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the party
and
was
y'all
cool.
handled it. And that was great.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. There were a lot of those moments as we were going along of Sean and I working together to be like, how can we make? We wanted to make a moment like that happen. It was like, how can we have the spirits have a quest that they're like setting out to do alongside the party? And I think that was the most effective one we did because we had a couple of other moments like that. But that was definitely
They helped me getting
yeah.
with shopping.
Yeah.
You guys helped me.
Yeah.
with
But that one I
nonsense.
remember was a specific a 5-hour long conversation on a Saturday of
Yeah.
all right, what do you need to be able to run this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Well,
A little more
I even
involved.
loved just the little stuff of asking the spirits to be chaotic as hell, and then y'all just delivered.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Every time.
the guerrilla warfare.
Guerrilla
There's another
warfare.
one from Jaren.
Thank
The
you.
bazooka?
I completely agree.
With the bazooka.
Yeah, bazooka healing.
Yeah.
But specifically though,
Variety.
the moment where they were a bunch of gorillas fighting the endless blade.
Oh, that's
The
right.
guerrilla
Yes.
warfare.
Yeah.
And we were very far away from that, and we just looked into the orb and just saw the carnage. It was awesome.
Yeah, true.
Great idea.
Another great one of Varia taking away. I don't remember who it was, but you took away someone's buzz. You just
was Isaac.
restoration.
Oh,
Isaac.
yeah.
Here's
So bad. We gotta talk to you.
Throw it. Oh.
Like, welcome back. We need to discuss.
Welcome back to reality.
Snap.
Oh, I hate that Sector brought this up, but the minions.
I
There was like
remember
a
when they were
while
minions.
where every time the spirits were manifested, they just kept choosing to look like the minions.
Yeah.
I don't think it was
And
really
it-
that long, but
It was like 2 or
too
3
long.
sessions. Yeah.
It was too long. It was the minions with really long, fabulous
long
hair.
flowing locks. I remember.
I don't remember that
Oh,
part.
It's
I don't think I
forever
remember
immortalized
that
in the
part.
channel trailer.
Yeah, it's in the trailer. Yeah. Which I gotta make a new one. I'll get to it eventually.
Wonderful. Another great one was the collab stream where we dealt with a lot of Killian's family, and then the pulling.
I had that
spells.
written too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I am-
variety of monsters.
I am bummed I
is
didn't get to keep
super
that necromancy spell that I just happened to pull out of all.
Yeah.
You had some pretty
Perfect
incredible
spell.
luck throughout this whole.
Pulled animate dead out of
Yeah.
just the random cards you handed me too.
Yep.
That was good.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was a great time.
That's when I got the arm bone.
And my mom
Yeah.
in the basement who was resurrected incorrectly.
Speaking of, brought back wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hey.
A theme.
Hey.
A theme.
Yeah, but before we go away from it, I don't think that they're in chat, but shout outs to the Scarlet Magus.
Magus.
One of those.
Probably.
Wonderful.
For
Yes.
sponsoring us and doing stuff
Yeah.
with the collab with all the stuff
Yeah,
from the
it
source
was
book.
super
That
cool.
was super duper
They're
fun.
super nice. Check them out. They do some fun stuff.
Yeah.
I also want to say another favorite moment that I just think is so sweet is Jay Rain saying finding this D&D channel has been amazing. It's one of the best things that have happened to me. Thanks, Jay Rain. It's been one of the best things to happen to me too.
It's too early. We can't cry yet.
Okay.
No.
So true.
Does anyone else have any other favorite moments? Because I have a couple.
No, everything else sucked.
I have. I hated everything else. No, I have one where it's kind of like something that became a theme for the rest. Not a theme, but something that reoccurred a few times for the rest of the series. Is when we first make it to the Garden of Souls and you have your interaction with your mom, and we find out that your dad is dead. And Nereus kind of has a breakdown of we should be saving my dad right now. We are making all these stops, blah, 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 blah. And you're you kind of come in and you can support him with that, hey, I don't want you to go through the same thing I just had to go through. And then that kind of started this really beautiful friendship between
It
Nereus and
did.
Varia, and
Yeah.
now the Tritons are taking up residence in the Garden of Souls specifically.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so symbolic.
It's just, it makes me
Wait a
tear up
minute.
a lot.
I literally think about that exact moment because I had that thought. I couldn't stop crying because I was my dad's freaking dead. That really sucks. And I was a little blindsided by it. Thanks, Ryan. It was great, though. It was great. No, but then I literally had the thought, I was Nereus's dad is sick, and we know this. We should go figure this out. And then I was we have to go right now so that he doesn't do this. And I was still teary-eyed, and I was we have to go save your dad right now. You can't go through this thing. And then, I think about that moment almost weekly.
Even though Nereus' dad is an asshole.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It was just, the sentiment of it stuck with me even outside of the campaign. It was very sweet.
Yeah. Love you, Marvin.
One of my favorite moments that is more of a moment that didn't happen was there was a stream where Laird wasn't present for, and that's when Killian met Jerome, which actually ended up being a 2.5 or 3 hours micro session between Laird and I, where Killian met Jerome, and a bunch of stuff happened. And then it set up this whole plot line where then Killian was like, all right, guys, peace. I'm going to hang out with Jerome.
Yeah, we were like, what
Which-
the hell?
Yeah.
Talking about moments I did not expect, that was one of them.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Wait,
It was
can
great.
you share any like really juicy moment from
Yeah,
that
wait, what
tiny
happened?
little private
Next time.
session if you remember? If you don't, it's cool.
Yes,
it was
I
a
do.
little while ago, but
Yeah, go ahead and start it because I'm sure it'll.
Yeah,
made
so the major one,
Were you
What?
there?
No.
the big one was that you all remember the first boss we fought, which was Yotef Philippe, the Duke.
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
in Two Nights
Two Nights
Rest.
Rest,
Mhm.
yes. So
The
Uh,
with a gun.
yeah, so Killian chases down in the session, if I remember correctly. Killian chases down Jerome because he meets Jerome and like takes him basically into a warehouse, and then Jerome is like, "Hey, I know what you're here for. I think I know what you want." And then he reveals a perfectly reconstructed Yotef Philippe
Oh.
to Killian. Is like,
Huh?
"You can have this power too. I can teach you."
Oh,
That is where I
God.
learned how to make the body for Terra.
Oh my god.
I used that knowledge in combination with my knowledge to make it happen.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, talk about a like
Hmm.
character-defining moment.
Yeah,
Jesus.
damn.
I
Ah.
also learned how all of Bogart's family worked. I just didn't realize it was Bogart's family. So.
Yeah.
They're
Woof.
dead.
Spoilers.
It's all coming together now.
On that note, Laird, did you always plan to turn Terra into like an automata or like Warforged?
Yeah, I kind of just wrote Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm glad that you've admitted it.
Yeah.
It's a great story, and I
It
wanted
is.
it to be mine for this.
It might just be the best
Oh, nice
thing I've
story.
ever
It's
seen.
mine now.
Yeah.
You really just did that.
Oh,
Come on,
Hiromu
John.
Arakawa did this? I did
Hey,
this.
I got different names, and it went in a different order. My mom
It was your
already
sister,
dead.
not
It was
your
my
brother?
sister, not my brother.
You're right. Wow.
And she was more of a-
I built my arm.
It's the
Not
same
Oh,
also.
actually, I do want to talk about this. So something that I think is no one actually really realized, which is kind of one of my favorite moments, is there's a lot of talk about this being the favored five and how and why everyone is favored. I want to ask you all a question. Do you all realize that Killian was not actually the one favored originally?
What?
What?
Was it Terra?
Terra
Really?
is the favored
Oh.
one.
Shut up! You're kidding me.
But
Really?
in my arm, which means that
When
Wait,
would that have been
we just
revealed?
we had the same
Yeah.
thing because Evandal was the favored one, not Bogart.
exactly
What?
Yeah.
undiscussed. Just
Yeah.
that's all it was.
yeah.
Huh.
That means
Wait, so did Evandal have the
Weird-
spirit orb when he was alive?
No.
I'm confused.
Remember that's not exactly what favored means, but he'll explain it
Okay.
Yeah.
better than me.
Yeah, favored is, and like in the same way Seneca is favored. Favored
She
is
Yeah.
yeah, it's just specifically connected to, enjoyed by the spirits. That's part
Okay.
that was part of Seneca's whole story
Yeah,
of
more-
like
more
Marl
strong.
basically being sort of, bullied by the spirits that would surround Seneca.
Mm.
Yeah, because Marl would be like, they just keep picking on me.
Yeah.
Turns out they just really like them.
Hmm.
Or something.
Really like Seneca.
Yeah.
You could argue Pythias became favored by the end, really.
Oh well, yeah. Of course he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, you sure
Oh
did.
yeah,
Our
he might
favorite
have been more
pith boy.
favored than some of y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
We're like,
Relax.
ooh.
yeah, name names right now. Sean.
Boy.
Sean.
Yeah, ooh.
Lua and Rain. Sorry, guys.
True.
Probably Jim's.
Well,
Any other favorite moments, friends? Before we dive in here?
I really liked just going to the Reef of Saren. Like it was
Yeah,
so
as an
completely
entire
different
moment.
from everything that we had done.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was like previewed well, and like you described it so great, and it was so cool and so different, and I loved having that like
It was,
halfway through the
yeah.
campaign just having a switch up.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Well, and I loved that because when we went there, it was after you got like transported somewhere else.
Yes.
It
While we
was
were
too
in
there.
the gardens. Yeah,
He
yeah.
went there before us.
And it was cool for us to catch up to you and see you just in your element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than like
Yeah.
travel with you there and then see you just kind of like, code switch and get back into that. It was just cool to just be like, you're just here,
Yeah.
And
y'all crashed my dinner party.
yeah.
True. And it was fun.
I got
It was-
drunk as hell.
They
Yeah.
had shitty food.
But good Jello.
Oh yeah, the Jello.
True.
The
Wonderful.
The drunk Jello.
Jello shots.
Well, I think for right now we're gonna let campaign 1 be. We might come back and touch on some questions that were asked later on the stream, but I'm actually going to make a quick request here of Laird to jump up with me here, so we can start talking about campaign 2.
Oh no, I'm gonna be all alone.
Welcome, Laird. Welcome.
Hello.
Look at this man. Also, I just want you all to realize,
Whoa.
look how tall Laird is. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Scoot over.
Scoot
I'm,
over.
yeah,
Scoot
Scoot
over.
over. Hey.
Oh,
I know
wrong way,
you're
wrong
used
way.
to having.
Yeah, I know. I have to share space. It's so
Yeah.
unlike me.
I'm shoes off right now.
You didn't have to say it.
The dogs are out.
You didn't have to
Dogs
say it. Why say it?
They needed to
He's
know.
layered.
We got some dogs out of the table. We're not gonna say who.
Wonderful.
Look, I know we have a fan art channel on Discord, but I would.
Of the players, not of
I'm
us.
begging you not to.
It could be of us.
Laird, would you like to jump in
I'm sorry,
for
yeah,
our
players,
next little
not
half
of
here?
us.
Yeah, so
Ignore her.
The
obviously
characters,
I will be the
not
next
us.
Sorry. What?
So
Say it again.
I would like to introduce our new players.
Oh, what?
What?
Yes.
We're getting more people.
Wait, what?
Let's start out with Peter. If you could please join us.
Oh!
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Come on in.
And then we'll also go ahead and bring Aisling in as well.
Yeah! Oh! You good?
I have to make an entrance.
If it makes it feeling better, that was mostly off camera. Mostly.
Okay, so nobody saw it. I just told everybody that something happened.
Yeah, you could have gotten away with it.
It's okay.
But you chose
time
honesty, and I
it's time for
respect it.
confessions.
Yeah.
I might be my toes out, so.
There you go. There you go.
gotta say it again,
Honesty all around.
Hello, friends.
Hello. Welcome
Oh.
to the table.
Welcome.
Hello, spirits.
So yeah, if we could do some brief introductions for the spirits, so kind of get to know you guys. Just go left to right.
Okay, perfect. I'm Aisling Faye. New here. This will be my first session or first campaign playing. And first time doing D&D in a long time.
Have you played other systems or just?
I did a little Pathfinder
Okay.
Okay.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well, because you weren't playing, you were instead.
I was DMing
Yeah.
many ambitious single campaigns. Or single session campaigns.
Okay.
That were meant to be longer.
Meant to be, aren't they all?
Been there.
They all-
Been there.
We should also. What are y'all's preferred pronouns? Since we
yeah.
don't have them
Yes.
on the
Yeah, we don't have them yet.
yet.
She, they, for me.
And he, him for me.
Nice.
Peter, yeah, a little bit about yourself too.
Hi, I'm Peter Rain. I am excited to be here. I've been playing D&D for the last 5 years, I think, in a handful of campaigns and a handful of formats. And yeah,
What's the favorite character you've played?
a favorite character I've played. I had a really fun, really chaotic little wood elf wizard who's a blade singer because he was so he wanted to be fighting, but he was good at magic.
That's awesome.
And so it started off just running up and being in the front lines with like 8 hit points is great.
Hell yeah.
That was like a D6 head die.
So,
Full send.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Guess we can do.
welcome.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to learn a bit about you. Something that we've realized
Yes.
is we have never done any player bios
Yeah, you
for
don't
the
know.
year and a half that we've done this show. So I feel like we should do very brief
Like
player
little tiny
bios for
things about us?
Us that are all here, including you,
True.
including both of y'all.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who
So-
wants to start.
Martin, if you want to keep it going in this
I
direction.
will
we'll just-
keep it going in this direction. Hi. Hi, I'm Marin. It's like Marlin without the L, if you ever get confused. I've been playing D&D on and off since 2018, I want to say, and on and off, heavy on the on and off because A lot of people know a lot more about than I do. But I have a background in acting. I really like to do it, and I do most of the art assets for the streams, all the character art. You'll see emotes, that kind of stuff. Sometimes I pop into the fan art channel and post some stuff, which means it's not fan art anymore. But
you could be a fan of your own work.
I am a fan of my own work.
You
God
can get
damn
high
it.
off your own spawn. Okay.
Yeah. I do a lot of digital art stuff. And whatever. And my preferred pronouns are they, them.
Awesome. I'm Laird, if you didn't know. I've been playing D&D for almost 10 years now. Just started with 5th edition. I've played several other systems. And I typically DM more than anything else, so it's been really fun being a player. And yeah, I mean, I have a really boring office job, so.
Do you want to? Or do you?
Yeah, I'll go.
Cool. Yeah.
My name is Ryan. I use he, him. I actually met Marin through acting.
Hey, yo! Yeah.
I'm also an actor, writer, vocalist. I love being on camera. What can I say?
It does.
Yeah, what can I say?
Nice, he's wearing a tux, I get it.
Wow.
I've been playing D&D for a long time. I think since I was like 13 or 14. I played my first game where I played a Dragonborn Paladin of the Raven Queen back in 4.5.
That checks out.
Yeah. I was very zealous. Very zealous.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I started actually DMing. I kind of had a break from D&D, and actually Sean had been my DM a couple times, and then Sean got me into a game back like in 2020, like peak COVID times. And then shortly afterwards, I started DMing for these two, and then eventually this one, and that, well, I guess I didn't DM for you, I DM'd with you.
Yeah.
That
That was a co-DM
Co-DM.
situation.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I did have the opportunity to play. Oh, what was the goblin's name?
Oh yeah! Oh,
Droop the goblin.
Yeah.
Mine's
For
Fandler.
one
You know
session.
the like pet NPCs everyone picks up. They picked up the freaking goblin. That's like the most throwaway character ever.
It was great.
And then he had a whole
great.
plot line, so it was great.
Don't so relax.
And then he was forgotten forever. So
Yeah, that's true.
anyway,
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Such is the
yes,
life.
me.
yeah, I am Ivy. I use she, her. Like Ryan said, Josh and I started playing in 2021. We play a lot of board games together, but we had never played like TTRPGs like D&D until then, so it was really fun sort of COVID activity to do with a bunch of other people that we sang in choir with. Do vocal work, do a lot of choirs. I've been singing for close to 20 years now, so lots of singing. But also, I really, 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 really love dogs. It's like one of the
Defining characteristics.
literally defining characteristics of me.
Yeah.
We were just in Chicago, and every single dog that we saw, it was like dog. There's a dog. All the service dogs at the convention. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's me.
That's fun.
I'm Josh. What's up? I use he, him. And yeah, I've been playing D&D about as long as, well,
Exactly as long
as Ivy with Ryan for my first ever campaign, and I was always really interested in trying it. I've always been, I've always been around gaming and board games and that kind of stuff, and I always really wanted to try it. I've dabbled like a little bit in acting. I've sung in like opera. I have like a degree in music education. I sing all the time. I've done like a cappella stuff, and I just really like performing. But we started playing D&D, and I just was obsessed with it. And I was like, we gotta get into another session. When can we do it?
When can we schedule it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I played the shittiest little like dwarf paladin. That guy, he was really. I didn't know what I was doing. He was not a good kid.
We cannot be judged by our very, very first.
I know.
characters.
We
we cannot.
I broke a rule immediately where like one of his defining like traits was mispronouncing other people's names.
Yeah, I remember that
Which is
lasted
not.
like
Don't do that. Don't choose a quirk where you like antagonize the other players at the table. Don't do it. I threw that away about 5 sessions in. I was like, I don't like being this guy.
Yeah.
Who am I?
It was still fun though.
Yeah, it was a great
Good
time.
campaign.
And yeah, and it turned into this eventually. And I love it. So yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean, your friendly neighborhood spirit master. I've been playing D&D for about a decade, and then I've been, oh god, when did I first start DMing?
It was definitely back in high school.
No, yeah, that would have been like almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Couldn't have been strong. High school's 8 years ago.
Oh,
You were
heck
way
no.
too good.
way further in.
That's
I
right.
agree. But yeah, you know, D&D has always been a really fun thing in my life that I've looked forward to. I learned pretty early on that I enjoy, you know, crafting the story and, you know, the mutual storytelling, collaborative storytelling that comes with it. Yeah. What else do I say here?
That's it.
You can be done if you want. You can be done if you want. It's up to you.
My first edition was 4th edition. Cannot recommend. And I remember playing a, what was it? A Seeker?
What the hell is that?
I think it was
So
a
it's-
half-elf seeker, right?
No, it wasn't a half elf. It was like the like
Oh my gosh.
transforming.
Oh, yes. The almost druid race that then,
Yeah. I really wanted to be a
Changeling,
druid and a
yeah.
ranger, and
It
that's
was
what
Was it
the
a cynic
Seeker
hybrid kind of thing?
Yeah.
was
It wasn't,
sold as on the tin.
it wasn't a change. It wasn't a
It's kinda-
changeling. It was like
Kind of the worst of the both.
Did you get there?
It was a shifter. It was a
Shifter,
shifter. That's what
right,
it's
that's right.
called.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the flavor of 4th edition. I love the art in those books, but you know, I think we've done better.
There are 2 better versions now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, giving a little bit of information in regards to campaign 2.
Oh.
We will be using the 2024 D&D rules.
Yes.
That whole edition. So, no longer 5th. I guess it's
Well, it's like 5.5.
5.5.
No one knows.
2024.
No one knows what
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast is doing,
No
and
one
they don't
knows.
either.
Last year.
That's
Sorry, please sponsor us.
I can't talk to Jeremy Crawford anymore.
Ooh.
Don't say anything.
We will also be starting at level 3 as characters. So, not starting at level 1, starting at level 3, so that everybody kind of starts with their subclasses a little more into the story. Yeah, and then if we want to kind of talk about the characters that are going to be played, if we want to give a little bit of a
new player
description.
character
we could
info
like-
drop?
Yeah, we could go around the table and say like one defining thing about our character.
Okay.
I think I have like
Only one word.
only one
Well,
word.
just like
What
one
if it's
thing.
just like one
like,
thing?
Yeah.
like a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
What do you
what's your
have,
character's
Lauren?
thing?
Okay. For my character, probably like 7'1".
Yeah.
That's tall.
Yeah.
In that case, I go with about like 5'7".
Okay.
What we're doing, guys? Really?
I mean, if we're doing it, then like 6'5".
a confident 6'5".
Listen, I thought I was gonna be like the tallest here, and then I heard 7'1", so I'm kind of like.
Yeah,
All right,
Mom got
hold
mad
on.
at being 5.
I wasn't mad until somebody made it a problem.
Okay, well, on the
God.
flip side,
Not to me.
3'5".
Very short.
Just like Ivy. I am very, very short.
Well, I guess we're all doing 4'8".
Yep.
A strong 4 foot.
Yes! I'm
A
4'8".
confident.
Oh, I'm gonna miss being really tall.
Yeah, we'll both be short together. It'll be okay.
Oh.
It's flipped sides of the table.
That's true.
Well,
I am the short one at this side of the table. though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
Definitively.
speaking of sides of the table, I think
Oh yeah.
we're almost where we need to be,
Ivy,
I think.
You're in my spot.
Well, you're in mine. All right.
But
We're switching.
Get
out. I'm taking my stuff with me.
Please take your stuff.
Why are y'all judging me? Y'all got your toes out too?
There's too many dogs. There's too many
You got
dogs.
your socks on. I
got
thought you were like,
socks.
I thought you were dogs out.
No, people wore sandals and we kicked them off halfway through. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
This is
Dogs. This is weird.
Why?
You know,
We're moving
All
on.
right. This is really
I mean,
strange.
Why you gotta hit me with the why?
This feels normal to me.
Right.
So
I don't-
this is possibly new positions.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly. It's still up in the air.
Likely. We'll see.
I don't know, this lighting is really working for me.
I mean, the lighting that's the same on both sides. Yeah.
It's not.
No, it's entirely different.
Slightly different.
I feel so completely different over here.
I look glorious. Here,
True.
so,
This-
yeah.
Do you want to?
Yeah, this is the
do
best
you want to
camp.
admire?
Wow. Wait, do we?
Yeah.
Do we actually want to say something about our new characters though?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
oh,
heights
a
are
real-
cool and all, but like,
Maybe-
give like a real one-word description.
You're right.
Okay.
They probably
Yeah.
want
Keep it
a little
vague.
more than that.
Keep it vague.
Okay, one word.
What?
You start, Josh.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, what you got?
Sit at the table.
Oh gosh.
It's two.
That's yeah.
My bad.
That's one, brother.
Spellcaster.
Wow.
A departure.
I can't believe you lied to them. Just kidding, we'll see.
For mine, homeschooled.
All right. Yep. Ivy, what you got?
Codependent.
Oh, that's a great word.
Yeah. All right.
Two on
We'll go with resilient.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like mine is so much more vague. Mine is just bold.
Yeah.
That's good though.
I mean, it's not inaccurate.
It's not inaccurate.
Is this enough for you to work with?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like a month?
Two
I
on
feel like this
that.
is too much.
Yeah, it is too much. You're right.
The
Let's
heights
stop talking.
and the one word.
They're gonna know exactly who
I
I'm
know.
playing.
Yeah.
So we definitely have a lot more stuff to get through, but I do want you to keep in mind to stick around because I will be giving you lots more information on campaign 2 at the end. So, but in the meantime, Josh, if you could take it away with the Spirit Handbook.
Oh yeah. Okay. So if you're in the Discord, by the way, ! Discord in the chat right now.
Oh yeah.
To get the link if you're not there already, and be there if you're not. Okay. Anyway, in the Discord, I've been talking about the fact that we're possibly going to no, not possibly. We are overhauling the Spirit's Handbook, and we want feedback. We want ideas from y'all. And I think I don't remember what the channel was called in the Discord. Is it just like handbook
Spirit handbook.
redesign ideas or something?
It's campaign 2 ideas.
Yeah, campaign 2 ideas.
Campaign
that's what
2
it is.
ideas. That's what it is. For real, we would love to get ideas and feedback and just whatever you want to say in there. Stuff you like about how things went this campaign, things you would like to see change, specifically about spirit abilities and how we interact with you and vice versa. Don't feel like you've got to stay like really attached to the way that things have worked this campaign.
Yes.
I do mean it when I say that we're overhauling things.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot, but I also want to stress that I don't want you to feel like you're necessarily starting over. There are definitely some things that you are in essence going to be keeping going into the next campaign in terms of the ways that you interact with us and our world. But we're just gonna be changing some things, so it's not starting over. It's just a little different.
Little.
But we basically we just want you to help us craft your experience.
Yes.
Because this game is as much ours as it is yours, and we want you to feel that right down to designing how all of this can work. And no promises that all of your ideas will be used per se, but I would love to see any ideas because we are in the throes of really, really like going pretty hard at redesigning this stuff. And I can give a bit of a sneak peek. Combat is going to look a little different.
Little.
Perhaps you might have the chance to like choose what class of spirits you'll be every single combat.
Really cool.
It's so cool.
I think it's going to be cool.
Y'all are gonna be hyped.
We still have to work through some of the kinks. So, I don't want to give too much away because some of it is still, subject to change. But I'm excited for it. I think y'all are gonna like it. But please let us know what you want to see
Yes.
change or just exist now.
in what we do
or
here.
or what you already like, because that's
Yeah.
the thing too. We're
Yeah.
overhauling. We're not trying to lose anything you guys love, but we are trying to make the experience overall better and more cohesive.
Yeah.
Seems like they're already excited about it. So.
Let's go.
Heck yeah.
Great. And then also, I a while ago, over a year ago,
Yep.
I asked for some whale sound effects. Not like the big mammal in the water, but like the noises that sometimes you hear. I don't know. Maybe we'll get one in like a moment.
If someone could wail for me, please.
I don't know if y'all are like interested in doing that.
Thank you, Rain. Thank you.
Thanks for
Those.
So a lot of those, they started out as just me. And I'll tell you what, I got real tired of hearing me real fast, and I think they did too, and probably you guys. And we switched over to kind of doing a mixture of just all of the current cast, not Peter and Aisling, but maybe, I don't know. But I opened it up to I opened it up to some of the spirits, and we've had 2 whales each from Rainfox Arts and Lua, and they're awesome. I love those whales, and I would love to get even more from more of you. So keep an eye out in the Discord. I will be asking for some more sound files from all of y'all, if that's cool from now. If you want to literally have your voice be heard on our stream, so just keep an eye out for that. And we'll also do that for like the sub sounds, the follow sounds, the cheer sounds, the raid sound. If y'all want to just all yell raid together when someone raids us, I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
So
Do we know how they're gonna submit them to you?
I will.
TBD.
I'll type it up in the Discord, but you'll just DM me, an MP3 or a WAV file of it. But I'll have more details in the Discord, which again, !Discord.
!Discord. Hit
goddamn
that sub. Hit that follow.
What?
No one's done it yet.
Huh?
I got them.
They did it like a couple of days ago.
Yeah. I think that's all for me for right now. On
Yes,
that.
and I'm actually going to jump in here. So we have a really cool opportunity in front of us, and I want to throw this out to all of you. Some of you remember how we did that little collab, and it was pretty fun. We got to meet Scarlet. Magus. We'll get it right one day.
We should have looked it up.
It's like we specifically asked them in an email like several times.
Yeah, and they told us.
Yeah,
And
good thing you
which
were
makes us
awkward
worse
about it.
people.
Look it up right now if it's in the email.
Keep going. I'll get it.
All right, thanks, Josh. Always got my back. But something that I found out about recently is that there is a cool little indie awards show for D&D channels like our own right here. It's called the Crit Awards. Spirit Master, would you hit me with that exclamation point crit command? The Crit Awards, it's organized by several of the community members within the D&D content creation space. And this is the 3rd year that they're doing it. So they've been doing it for a couple of years. They have, I think now 50 categories, which is crazy. There are some amazing creators that have won or has been nominated. And it's all based on the community. And folks within the community and viewers and audience members and spirits like yourself nominating different shows. So I would like to just ask you, beg you, please do it. Please nominate us.
We want it.
Yes, I would really love to direct you to potentially nominate us for the best new Twitch stream. It feels like it's an incredible title, but it would be really cool to just even be nominated.
Yeah.
It's the new Twitch stream nomination category. It only applies to folks that have been doing this for less than 2 years, which we perfectly fall into that category.
It's true.
There are lots of other cool categories, but that's the one I think we're the most qualified for. But there are some other fun ones, like, there's like best innovations. It's also a cool way just to like find other cool D&D content creators. So yeah, we would love it. I would kiss you on the forehead if you nominated us.
Wow.
I know. It's bold.
Ryan
And
kisses.
he's going to be in the spirit audience next campaign.
So that means I
that's
can.
Totally canonically feasible.
But yes.
Well, that works.
Enough. But yeah, so
expert on the
please,
subject.
please,
Yes.
exclamation point crit to get the link to. Does it go to the nomination specifically, or
I
does it go to the
believe
website?
so. I believe that's what I
Okay.
did.
They're on Instagram. They're everywhere. They have a website. It's super cool if you want to find out about it.
Nominate, yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Yep, awesome.
Great. With that, I do want.
By the
to-
way, Scarlet Magus.
Scott Magus.
Magus.
Thank you.
Shout out to you.
Thanks, Scott Magus. We love you. One more thing here. We did say we do have a redeemable Phantom Fuel reward for one Phantom Fuel for questions that wanted to be asked. Spirit Master, do we have any questions that we would like to ask at this point in time?
I think I have 4 or 5 here.
Cool.
Or 6.
Oh, ooh.
Say it ain't so.
First question from TK Sector. My question for all of you is, how are you all today in this bit and sub-filled day?
Tired.
Pretty good. Oh,
But
that's
good.
I am honored to be here.
Oh,
Wow.
we're
I'm
honored to
really,
have you here.
really good at pandering. So
I like that. Yes.
I also want to point out Peter Rain. We have like a 5th Rain now.
I feel at home.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah. Also, wait. What's your Twitch username?
Rain_Vox.
Rain Vox.
Rain
That's
Vox.
right.
And
Yeah.
one of our most favored spirits in the audience is Rain Fox.
Yes.
What the hell is happening?
I'm making it easier by being on the other side of it.
Yeah. You're doing us all a favor.
yeah.
Yes, Rain. But I think I spelled it differently because it is just
Yes.
my last name.
There you go.
And Vox, vocals, voiceover.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it easy.
I'm doing great. I also want to because Sector also brought up bit filled. I want to go a little off script and just say thank you again for supporting us so much. Sector, of course, for donating so much, especially recently. My God. And to J Rain and to anyone who has given us bits ever. It's such a huge amount of support, and it's a great feeling to see that from all of you and from the community. And I just wanted to give an update. I mentioned it in the Discord, which once again, exclamation. Anyway, we for all of the donations that we received through bits and through subs, both gifted and just monthly subs and primes and that kind of stuff. All of that money is going towards us working towards something new, a new form of content that we will be bringing to you, hopefully fairly shortly. There are some things that we still need to work out, so I don't want to say too much.
Soon, TM.
Soon as in like
Soon
by
asterisk.
the time we start the next campaign.
Maybe like a little after.
So in the reasonable future.
But basically, to keep things just a little vague, so that y'all stay a little out of the loop and a little more excited about whatever this mystery could be. It is a way for newcomers to experience our story in a quick, abridged fashion and get caught up super fast, so that hopefully we grow our community of spirits way faster. But also, it'll be a way for all of you to see sort of a visual representation of some of the things that happen in the next campaign, specifically the next campaign. And I'll just kind of leave that hint.
Like you've already so
I'll
much.
leave it there.
Yeah, pause.
New stuff.
And
New stuff in the
resume.
works.
All right, great. Spirit Master question, please cut this off.
But thank you. Really,
Yes,
thank
Since
you.
we have you,
seriously.
Josh, would it have been possible for a spirit to bind themselves to Bogarth's father to make him whole in the same way Bogarth was bound to Evandal?
So the process of soul bonding requires a lot of external factors. I wouldn't rule it out, but keep in mind, one of the specific things about Bogarth's father is that his soul was no longer in his body. So it might It might have looked like Bogarth's father, but would it have really been his dad? I'll leave that one.
Thank you, Rael.
Jesus
My dad.
Christ.
From TK Cyrax, what did the camp setup look like? We talking tents or just sleeping bags?
I feel like the majority of the time it was always in town.
Yeah, we didn't camp a
until
lot.
I got
Yeah.
Liam's tiny hut, and then it was just
Then it was Liam.
a hole in the ground.
Well, and you insisted on using that in combat, and combat only for a little while.
Because it would be so cool if I could. So then I got Wall of Force.
Yeah.
And I did.
I feel like before Lehman's tiny hut, though, it was probably like, at least Varia was in a sleeping bag, like, because she, or like maybe her and Nesh were taking turns because they only had to sleep for 4 hours.
Yeah,
I
So it
also
was-
had the
Yeah.
bedroll.
We
Yeah,
had that
yeah.
moment on the Roak where we slept on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
Nest drew a house for
Yeah.
us.
Oh, yeah.
Probably more like sleeping bags versus tents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Bogarth was definitely just out.
The dog's out.
Yeah, just the dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Nereus was very like, he's coming from a place of privilege, sleeping arrangements included. So I'm sure he was glamping more than anything. He, hair curlers, eye mask. Am I
God
describing
forbid.
my sleep schedule or routine a little bit? Yeah.
Throw out a battery for his iPhone.
Yeah.
God forbid we have to wake up in the middle of the night for a combat visually.
Visually, yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid.
The
Y'all don't
cooling
understand.
eye mask comes off, and then you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hair does have to look good for combat. I'm sorry. But
Wonderful.
Oh,
what else? What other
right.
questions?
From Rainfox Arts, what did the favor do to the future books? What came
Read
from-
the shit out of them
Well, we still
to the
have. We
detriment
didn't,
of my mental health.
you didn't do anything with it, right?
me?
You have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ended up with it.
I
'Cause you
didn't-
snuck it back into.
Yeah, I did end
It's
up
back.
with it. I'm sure that after everything, he just got rid of it. Not in any particular way.
Like,
he would have
destroyed it?
given it
Okay.
away. And I'm sure
To who?
this motherfucker read it.
So
He just said he read it front to back.
Well,
It went to Bogarth. I was
Okay.
like, you want a fun
I was like,
book
did you
for your
just
library?
give it to somebody random, like.
Library at school is diabolical.
Yeah.
I'm sure upon one of
It's gonna be traumatized.
I'm sure upon one of Nereus's visits to come to guest teach at Bogart's school, as we mentioned very briefly, it was like, hey, here's a gift. I don't want this. Please take care of it for me.
That's you leaving that book at the school potentially starts like an academia one shot within the world.
I was gonna say the beginning of a Goosebumps novel or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
They open the book and they're like, "What the? Ah!"
well, and also Seneca at the end started
The
the
library.
The library,
it was the library.
Maybe
I couldn't remember. if it was
like the
something else.
favored library.
So maybe it ended
just
up
ends up
there.
there.
I would have put mine there because I had one of the
Oh,
books.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I probably would have put an arcane lock on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ah.
I'm sure it got passed from Nereus to Bogarth, and then maybe Bogarth put it in the
And then I
library.
read this shit out of it.
Again,
Yeah.
You gotta reread.
I know everything about that
that
subject.
fancy new bookmark too.
Yeah.
Bro witnessed his own death.
All right, this
Multiple
next one
times.
isn't so
Multiple
much a question
ways.
as it is a comment. Pith and Killian were some of the worst wingmen ever for Nereus and Nesh too. Bogarth and Varia were more sane.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rainfox Arts.
that's true.
We love
I
it.
mean, I wasn't gonna let my husband get married.
My fiance.
Pythias has no defense.
From
Amazing.
Lua, how much do the new players know / have watched of the show?
Ooh. Pray
Put you on
tell.
the spot.
I have not watched everything because it's a lot, but the first episode that I watched most of live was the one in the sewers where
And the Rat King.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Well,
and I felt like that was a really good introduction to the
It sure was.
to the world and gave me a good understanding of where things may lead. So that was my introduction in terms of
Yeah.
watching the stream and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much aside from just kind of perusing. And then the first stream that I watched, it was Josh DMing me going, "Hey, are you able to catch tonight's stream?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And it was Nesh's last stream.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Just the full emotional roller coaster that I was going through for my first episode.
Yeah, sorry.
Truly an introduction.
Yeah.
They got the
You
best
picked the
episode.
two of the most like hectic episodes in the series.
So we're ready.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the moral.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to see us at our best.
Was that not our best?
I would argue that was our best.
Yeah.
No, our best was
Fair.
definitely just like messing around shopping.
Yeah, shopping episodes. Those are my favorite.
fair.
I'm sorry.
True.
Or when Nereus does something fucked up. That's my favorite.
What, like the
Which was
thing that you were
okay.
doing?
Well, I was thinking more
Forgot
about
that.
giving his heart away, but like that too as well.
He did.
Nereus
What?
disfiguring himself.
Yep.
Don't need this finger.
He's still the prettiest. I'm
True.
sorry.
It's true.
Seeing how close you can get.
Yeah.
Anyway, from Lua, what are we gonna do next campaign without seeing Ryan's beautiful hair?
True. What are we gonna do?
Less than 3.
You can think about it while he's in chat.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
And I could wear a wig if it really.
I could cut off my hair and make a wig out of it.
Oh
and
god!
wear it.
Yeah. Oh, that's absurd. You're never gonna cut off your hair,
No, never.
right?
Never.
Yeah, never. Right?
I might not just be thinking about it.
He's already booked the appointment.
And I
It's
would
over.
grow out my hair for you spirits, but you don't want to see that.
Actually, funny story about this. So the first time I met Laird, we lovingly refer to it as Pirate Laird, because Laird had hair down. I think was it?
It was like neck level. Like,
Neck level.
Wow.
And Laird unfortunately went through a very traumatic event where a cupboard was ran into his front teeth, and he was missing one tooth. So I meet Laird. He's like, "Hi, I'm Laird." These beautiful curls, by the way, down to his neck.
missing like a
And
hole
it was,
in my
yeah, just a big smile. And
Wow.
So I look much better now. I don't really want to grow my hair.
now we have Freddie Mercury Laird, which we
Yo!
also really love.
That is the vibe I was going. I love you.
2 peas in a pod. Hell yeah.
Well, Steve, do we have any more cues?
We've got 3 more questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Famous last words.
For now, yeah, for now.
In
I'll think of
regards to
more.
the 2 new players from J-Rain, I assume being on a streamed D&D campaign is different, but what sold you on joining this endeavor? And without much spoilers, what are you looking forward to seeing?
Put on the spot.
Okay. So what sold me was the contract and the pay.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Hey, wait. Watch it. Hey, let's not have this conversation live.
Contract in the face.
No, I genuinely. I mean, when it comes to like D&D content, I've been watching truly too much Dimension 20,
So good.
Let's go.
and just kind of getting back into performing because I've kind of been in a little lull for a year, and also already knowing a few members at this table and loving them so much, and getting to know more people and also loving them so much.
We love having you back.
I don't know, it's just lovely to kind of do this performance, this improv with people I love.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, top that.
Yeah.
Hand it to me. To me.
So, I was immediately beguiled by Josh's handsome face in my mind as he reached out to me.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I'm new to the streaming element, but I have been a part of like a small D&D group that was just like our sessions were recorded and posted on the internet. So, and I'm also a voice actor in the arts, so I'm fairly comfortable with, the performing aspect. Usually there is no camera in front of me, so that is fairly new, but
Look at that beautiful face.
True.
Witness.
pandering.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love D&D, and I also, when I got into voiceover, there were a number of factors, but being into Critical Role and watching them was one of the things that helped me, guide me, and start, putting my foot in that career. And so it's always kind of been a part of things. And so I've known Josh for a while now, and when he reached out, very trepidatiously, hey, have you heard of Critical Role?
Okay.
Or D&D?
So it's really funny because we went to college together and we didn't really talk a whole lot, but we knew the other person existed. And this was
strong.
I know. This is important for the story, though. This is important for the story.
Yeah, Across the Classroom, Music Theory 1 is a very good.
Yeah. 8 a.m. every day. We hit a point where I was like, okay, there are some shifts happening in our current cast. I need to start finding someone. Who do I find? Do we do open calls, casting calls? And I just randomly I logged on to Facebook, which I never do. And the first thing was you announcing a role in something. And I was like, it's got voice acts on? What the heck? And it was literally the first thing. And I was like, maybe this guy's into D&D.
He might be a nerd.
Maybe I'll just reach out. And so, but because we didn't know each other super well, I was like, I don't actually know even how to start this. And so I just started typing. I'm like, so we did this thing. Maybe I don't know if you like D&D. If you heard of Critical Role, they're I know you do voice acting. It's a cool thing to do for voice actors. Can you be on our show?
And I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
There's more than one to do that, but yeah. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you.
100.
Excited.
Yeah, that was a nat 20 moment for Josh, that's for sure.
Any other cues?
Yeah, TK Sector, I just want to say welcome to the new peeps, and I'm sorry for the spirit devious things in advance.
Yes.
Lol.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the best part.
Yeah.
It's great.
I can't. Yeah.
And last,
I got
but
a
certainly
3,
not
so
least,
uh-oh.
challenge accepted. Sounds like. Last but certainly not least, from the Captain Sarcasm, Ryan Hair emote. Question mark.
You want to know what's so funny about that too? My partner was making a comment to me because I wish I had the DM screen here. Everyone, Laird, do you want to grab your hold it up for me?
Mm-hmm.
Marin did a huge favor to everybody and got everyone little stickers of their emotes.
I don't have mine. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't have mine.
You do.
I have there, yeah.
And so this
You
all
haven't
goes.
put on anything?
Wow, Josh.
No, because I have
was-
commitment
it's-
issues with stickers,
it was
okay?
in-
I can always move it. She's always with me.
See, that's smart because I put
just
mine in
bring
my
you up.
in my old character binder that I don't use anymore because I switched to digital,
He hates us.
and that's where it's gonna be forever.
Because he wants me
I'm
dead.
just an iPad kid.
But so this whole story is that one of the reasons behind that was when we started being like, how do we know when we've seen something in the Discord? And so people just started reacting with their emotes. Well, there wasn't an emote for me, so I started just using the first one that popped up on Discord, which happened to be the, if anyone's familiar with the Sussy Baka emote, which is just an Among Us shaking their ass at the camera repeatedly.
Wildly.
Yes, so on the back of my DM screen for the past 30 episodes has just been that emote, just stickered right there, which is awesome.
Yep.
But it's so funny, the hair emote, because my partner was just making the comment. She was like, she's like, why don't you have an emote? I'm like, I do. It's just not appropriate.
Anyways, that is a
We
great
can make
idea.
it happen.
We'll talk
We can
about
make it happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I don't want to show that on the stream, actually. I looked up Sussy Buck.
Wait, I have a question. Are we gonna have new emotes at the beginning of the second campaign?
Oh, for the new characters?
Or are we still going to be using our old ones for
Hey.
like this? No, genuine question.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not
genuine
leading.
answer.
Oh, thank you. I was like, hey, don't put pressure on Mark.
Do you mean new emotes for the stream or in Discord?
Yes.
Discord.
So in
And
Discord,
stream, I guess.
First of all, it'll probably take just a little bit of time to get those out, maybe. We need to talk. we got to talk a little bit about.
Quite frankly, I'm on schedule.
Is the goal that they are done by the beginning of the campaign?
Wait,
Is
what?
the goal that they're done by the beginning of the campaign?
That's my goal.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's my
cool.
goal. Yeah,
was just
absolutely.
curious.
Yeah. So
And they're on schedule.
Well, let's go.
So, I'm good at what I do. Whatever.
So cool and casual about it.
Yeah.
So
No one else is gonna clap.
Sorry,
Assholes. Thank you.
the only thing we
Yes.
Some fucking respect around here.
I don't know if I can keep this bit going the whole
Yeah.
campaign.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the only thing is I think we're limited in the amount that we can have. And
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so what I will say is on Discord we are for sure going to still have the emotes for the favorite 5. Those
Yes.
are going to be there as long as we are able to keep using them, which we should be able to. There are a lot of emote slots on Discord, and I think some of that is also because people have been boosting our server.
Which thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sector.
Helpless Soul.
Helpless Soul.
Does
Did-
anyone else?
I boosted it.
I think you did. Yeah, you listed it.
Very slyly.
It's part of the contract.
Yeah, it was part of the contract. Not the contract.
Did J Rain?
I don't remember. Maybe I don't remember.
Whoever's boosted, thank you.
Boosted. Anyway, but on Twitch we're pretty limited for emote slots, and the only way that we get more is by having like sub. Is by getting sub points, which is just like having a certain number of subs at like any given time. So like, if you got like a Prime sub.
If you have a spare Twitch Prime sub lying around and feel like supporting the show, please kick it our way if it's just lying around this month.
Or if you got like friends with.
Yeah, if there's anyone you know who would enjoy our show, please welcome them to the table. I'm just getting my
Yeah.
typical.
Just remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, by the way. Anyway,
Yeah.
but
Bob Barker.
Yes.
Twitch Prime.
With Twitch Prime, we don't love you any more or less because that is a weird transactional relationship, but
I love
it
you
would
more.
help us out.
Wow.
Ashley
Yeah.
stands on business.
speaking my language.
She's
Anyway,
on business.
Hey, that's free. Hey, that's free.
It's free.
what I'm trying to get to is we don't have enough slots for both the favorite 5 and the new characters to be there at the same time on Twitch. So we'll probably just swap over to the new characters whenever we do.
Slots.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeesh.
I have plenty of the other thing that I thought you said, but
Is the Spirit Master going to stay the same?
Yes.
It's a great question, but probably is. Maybe.
Cool.
We'll talk about it.
That's going to be difficult, if not.
No, I mean, I'm planning on being a Spirit Master, but I know we didn't talk about this on our.
the emote. Is it emote?
That was never in question. That was not the question. It's the emote. Emota. All right.
Just wanted to be clear in case no one else.
Yeah.
I understood. That's just in case anyone else.
You're like, it's my job.
Is this how I'm being fired?
Panicking.
Hey, welcome. Goodbye.
Bye, get out.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Yes.
There might be something new in store for obviously character art. We're gonna have new character art, but for the spirit specifically, for the spirit mob character art, we may or may not have something new, slightly different in store for them.
Surprise.
It's not Mimbo either.
Why did you bring it up?
They brought it up. I'm responding. There was like 9 messages.
Who said that?
My mental health is on the line.
What can I
My
say?
mental health is on the
I
line.
love Mimbo.
Another
I'll see you in
aside,
there.
I had 2 eureka moments during the campaign. The first one, I think it was right after session 2. I texted Sean in the middle of the night. I was like, I have designed the best character ever. Are you ready? Mimbo. Mic drop. Second time, we were somewhere in the Sea of Progress, and I was like, what am I gonna do here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I've got it. Again, 2 a.m. 2 words. Baker Supreme. Mic drop. I'm a genius. What can I say?
What? The Baker Supreme was probably my favorite enemy. I'm gonna be so real with you.
Hi, Tyrant.
Yeah.
Staying power.
May he rest in hell, by the way.
I still have the elixir of the Baker Supreme. I never had it.
You never used.
Which
oh
is
my
crazy
God.
because you died.
Well, I didn't get a chance to use it. I literally was gonna cast like a 6th level spell, like on my turn, and then I died.
Should have given it to me. I could have counterspelled again.
Anyway,
Toss that to you, Gillian.
Any more cues?
Yeah. Anything else?
Let's see. From TK Cyrax, we have the gnomes shall feast.
That's a question.
Oh God!
Good deal.
Just a statement.
I don't think that's a question.
I sure hope it's not.
a
From
threat.
J Rain, I'm planning on making a new spirit sona for this campaign, but if you want to see a type of spirit or cool concept of a character, what would it be?
Oh my God.
A little crowdsource.
Jesus.
I would. This is only my personal thing. I love kenkus, like little
Yeah.
birds.
Oh, little bird.
I would cry. I would cry.
True.
I love
Okay.
I feel like
Thematically, they repeat what others say, so
yes,
that kind of makes sense, right?
exactly.
Ooh.
I feel like it would be fun too to like venture outside of maybe the 5.5e classes that we have. Like find I know that there's like an archived unearthed arcana or whatever, the mystic or something. Like I love looking at homebrew stuff, like because you're not necessarily actually playing at the table with us, but you can flavor it however you want. So finding fun little mix of druid and
Yeah.
what the heck was it? Druid and ranger.
Druid and Ranger.
Yeah.
Seeker.
Yeah. Fun stuff like that. Something different, something new.
Seeker didn't exactly get a glowing recommendation.
No, but they can make it cool. It's all in the flavor.
Yeah, I personally,
It was flavorful.
I just love the little stories of like everyone's spirits. Whenever there's a story, it's just so fun. It's
All
so
the-
fun to get like folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just fun.
true.
On that note, from I'm Timed Out, for those that have influenced the journey of the time slime, because I want to ask something stupid, any questions you want to ask me about his journey?
I have one. Is he okay?
Is his master okay?
What's going on?
Why does he speak in code and verse?
Blink twice.
You need help.
Oh man. Well, speaking of the time slime, and I'm timed out, I do think I want to do another little fun surprise. I wish I had a drum roll sound effect.
This is
not
gonna
on
sound
table,
like
not on
hell.
table, not on table, please. But there is a certain spirit who, and I do want to go into some thank yous here, but there's a certain spirit I do want to specifically thank, who you all might not be aware of. We have a certain god around here whom we all love and worship. But they are more involved with the show than you maybe know. Pie God, aka Zach, if you want to come over here real quick. Welcome, Pie God in the flesh. Pie God, first question for you. How does it feel to be here today?
Honestly, fantastic. Feels great. I'm usually back there, make some sound. But
Yes. Zach, our lovely Pie God, has actually been our resident sound person for the past 40.
Yeah, how
The important thing is it was
many-
after the really bad sound.
Yes, once the sound
That was not him.
Once the pie producer, yes. Once the sound got good, that's when Zach stepped in. But Zach's been just patiently just sitting back there, making sure everyone sounds good, balancing music, doing, grabbing us stuff when we forget it. Who does that? But yes, I just want
And
to.
helping be chaotic with all of the pie guns,
Constantly.
Bogart stuff.
constantly.
Wow.
Also, Baker Supreme ain't shit.
Yeah, by the way, we're
Like I
square,
said.
right?
We good.
Okay.
Until next
Well,
campaign.
I just wanted to say thank you, Zach, for being a part of
Thanks,
Spirits of the
Zach.
Game. Thanks for
Thank you.
all of your
And
contributions.
I just want to say, my main thing, yes, I do sound, but my main thing is lighting. So maybe if we get more donations, we can get some cool lighting effects going up.
Pyrotechnics?
Maybe. Pyrotech. I don't know about pyrotechnics.
Oh, no.
Pyrotechnics. All right, fine.
I'm very flammable.
Okay.
Yeah, it is so in here.
Wonderful.
How about
Yeah,
some
yeah.
cryotechnics?
Ayo.
Ooh, that's not bad. But in addition to that, I would like for us all now to. Oh, actually, let me get the combat music going here because I want everyone to roll initiative.
What?
Oh shit!
Wait.
But I didn't bring my dice.
I didn't.
Laird, if you would be so kind.
You get a dice.
I got some cool
What?
dice.
Wait. Okay.
You get a dice.
What? Okay.
I don't think we're reading names.
Let me try this one.
Nice.
What did you roll?
I rolled 3 again. That's
Give it back to me.
All right,
I
Laird,
Do we
Laird,
get
I'll
to
have
add the initiative bonus from our previous character?
No.
What is your personal?
maybe I shouldn't use that die for the campaign.
My
It's
personal-
not-
maybe not.
It's not.
I'll take that number, but you know.
That could be worse.
All right.
Can the spirits roll? Sorry, spirits. No.
15 plus?
You'll see why.
15 plus? 15 plus?
Okay.
No shot!
Did you roll a 1?
Yes, he did.
I did.
Because I first rolled a 1 too, and then we figured the dice was
Why are you
primed wrong,
re-rolling?
So
Yeah, what?
15
We can
plus.
cheat?
15 plus. Right. 15 plus. 15 plus. Going once, going twice. 10 to 15.
12.
12. Roll these.
Roll. Yep.
Oh,
All right, I'm using the fancy ones.
the fancy one.
They're metal.
I don't know why I'm standing.
Yeah.
yeah. You can jump in.
3.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 3
I got
again.
14.
Ooh.
That's 19.
Wow.
Okay.
11.
All right.
I'll
This
keep
around.
the 1. Yeah.
Roman numerals.
Alrighty.
You can do
5 to 10. 5 to 10.
8.
Great.
I can't breathe in here. Somebody call IXII.
Less than 5.
1.
3.
1. Wait, roll these.
Roll.
Good Josh.
The saddest,
This is my chance.
saddest roll.
Bro's gonna get a nat
myself.
20 now when it doesn't matter.
No. As long as I don't get last, which I won't.
10.
11.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna start us off. I would like spirits. This combat is for you. That's why you can't roll into it because we want to thank you. I want to start off by saying thank you to our mods, Lua, Calm, Till, Rainfox Art, and Furious Gyms. Ashling, you're up next. Do you have the sheet?
I have the sheet.
You're doing 5 of them.
Huh?
Thank you.
Thank you. Celestial Sage, Love Birdie, Becky G8657, Rue, Ed Tyrell,
E. Tyrell.
E Tyrell.
And then Laird, you're up.
Oh, okay. Silly Loom, 23.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brendy, thank you. AKB Miniature Painting, thank you. D's Nerd, also thank you.
D's
And
Nerd?
Schmommy.
Schmamo.
Schmamo. Very important. Very important.
All right, Maren, you're up next. You're up next.
Okay, we finish off with, Ambrosini, 8.
Thank you.
Voxney. Bees roll, BB. Evelyn _1015. And Purple Fizz gameplay.
Wonderful. All right, Sean, you're up. You're up.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Nightmare.
Akat and Cass. Thank you,
Satheus?
Satheus?
Satethius.
Satethius. That's
Yes.
way cooler. Thank you, Unsupervised Fun, Peaches, and Kayabi.
Wonderful. All right, Peter, you're up next.
Thank you. I'm timed out. Also for your
Yes.
question. Melafiri, Mr. Red Boyo, Art Punk 000, Shifhund 1.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Josh, you're up next.
Thank you, helpless soul.
Hey, yo.
Furious Gyms. Quack Cat 989. Slagathor. The Red. And Arisu Avenue.
Wonderful.
Thank
Ivy, you're up.
Thank you to Ray Bay Plays, Evil Marksman, Moth, Dimeria Dimension, and Emidic?
Just say it. It's Emmy Dick.
Emidic.
Wonderful. All right.
Say it.
Thank you. Thank you, Celebrock, Proxima Rising, Turtle of the Woods, Halfling Wizard Prod, Spirit of Neri, and Pie God 13. Wonderful.
Again.
Ashling, it's back to you.
Thank you, The Liching Hour, Malum Ovum, Sage,
Welcome to our lives.
Rael Korthul,
Nailed it. Amazing.
Yeah,
That's a
well done.
hard one. Shout out to Ryan.
Gavroche 123 the second,
Wow.
and Rainstorm.
Wonderful.
Let's go.
All right, Laird, you're up next. We're starting. Oh, I lost it.
Thank you to Joseph Solar.
There we go.
Scarlet Magus.
Nice.
Monster Crusher 30.
Yes, let's go.
Nice.
J Rain.
J Rain.
01. The only one. Artemis Agate.
Wonderful. And then Marin.
Oh, okay. Thank you too. The Titan 0587. Belzorian.
I'm so glad you got
Go on.
Everybody. Frodo's Foalskin.
Wow.
I'm losing the British accent. I can't do it. Acardi _ Ake. How many have I done? And Lady Vengeance YT.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you, Marin. Sean, you're up next.
Alrighty. Where were we?
Lady Vengeance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Catchy Cantrips.
Yes, thank you so much.
David _ Catchy Cantrips.
Yes, thank you as
Thank
well.
you, Tato _ GM. Thank you, Militanto 53. And thank you, Sisyphus Delta.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, Thank you. Peter, you're up next.
Thank you, Dice Quake. Thank you, the Captain Sarcasm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hostage Pikachu. I hope it turns around for you. Thank you, Thor Ragnus on or 0N.
Thor.
One of those.
I think it's Ragnus' son.
Ragnus' son. Thank you, Nukopi. And thank you, Sante de Sangre.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sante de Sangre.
Thank you, Peter. Josh.
Thank you, Virtual Glitz VT. Thank you, Najok 1111. Thank you, Kmar 115. Thank you, Premium Speed. And thank you, Dino Guts, for catch up.
Heck yeah. Wonderful. All right, Ivy, you're up next.
Thank you. Proficiency bonus.
No, you gotta look at that one again.
Proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Emily Styles. Thank you, Rosbatal Solvera. Thank you, Unsung Verse. And thank you, Tiger Rider.
Wonderful. And thank you, F Trooper. Thank you, TK Sector, TK Cyrax, and TK Smoke. Thank you, Shrekky Boy 89, and finally, last but not least, thank you, G Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Thank you. Wait, do we have any new spirits since we had that list?
We had somebody who
We
joined
have
the Discord
somebody
today.
Oh, we
And
did
they're in.
give
You better say their names.
Does
They're in
there's-
chat.
You guys have the
Salamander.
best names, by the way.
Yeah,
Salamander.
true.
Sally man.
I am guessing that is how
let
that
me
is pronounced.
see.
What's really
We
funny
have-
is
No, we
allegedly
got
was
them.
Yeah, we got them.
Thank you,
Too.
And is
We were in the presence of.
Salamander.
Okay.
Thank you, Gene Bean.
Gene Bean.
Yeah.
And thank you, Emmanuel 82 Cessier.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, spirits. This is all for you.
Yes.
And I want to say this was a long list. This was not the entire list. And if you didn't hear your name, we apologize. There's a lot of you. And we love that there are so many of you. And thank you so much for all of your support. And we love you.
Yes.
we love you so much.
Thank you for being a part of our table. I also do want to take a second to also thank a couple of folks. I do want to thank our lovely Michaela, who was Gertie Bobbins for the first 3 episodes of the Favored 5. I also want to thank Jean for being our beloved Nesh for so many other sessions. Yes, thank you, Jean. Thank you, Michaela.
Rest in peace.
Dead in real life.
Rest in
No,
sunshine.
he's not. He's very much alive.
He's doing fine.
He's
To
fine.
clarify.
Yeah.
Well, what's next?
Well, I think what's next is that we should say thank you to our wonderful DM for Campaign 1. Brian, thank you for being such an amazing DM, for getting us through all the craziness and giving us this incredible story. And we are going to miss you a lot. So, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks. We love you, Ryan.
We love you, Ryan.
And I love you guys too. I love you a
Can we do
lot.
another bit like group hug?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let me, I also
I
really
feel like we
think
can all fit in that tiny little square over there.
One that the two of us are struggling with.
We'll get there.
What could go wrong? Don't worry.
Yeah, here it is.
Get in here.
New
people too. Get in
Yes,
here. Get in
yes.
here. We're all gonna make it.
yeah,
I'll
try
crouch
to
all the
try
way
it.
down.
We'll squish.
We got it.
We'll squish. We need a few more heads.
Oh, sorry.
Are we posing for a picture? What are we doing?
And then,
I don't know.
and then
I'll
all
find a
chat
way.
is part of this picture too.
Yeah!
right, we can go back to our seats now.
Get out of my way!
I'll say that was a hug that turned very much into a photo op.
Well, they're screenshotting. Like it was guaranteed happening.
Clip it!
Thank you all for being a part of this. I will take just a quick. I'm gonna go off script for just a quick second.
Script!
Thank you all for being a part of this lovely journey. Obviously, I'm not going to be DMing for the next campaign. I won't be on camera.
What?
I'll be in the audience. You might see me around and things here or there, but obviously my part in the spirits is changing. And I think, and in so many ways, I think it's going to be great. It's allowed us to expand our team so much. We have 2 lovely new players coming to the table who I'm so excited for you to get to know even better. Just the supporting work that goes into making spirits, I cannot tell you how many hours and hours that Josh, Laird, just all of us, Sean, all of us have put into crafting what this experience is. And I feel I know I've said it many times before, but I feel so incredibly honored to have been able to start this with all of you. And I want to remind you the reason that we do these thank yous is because this show, our tagline is where we play D&D and so do you for a reason. This isn't just our show. And while I was the DM, it's not just my story. This was a story that we all got to share and everyone contributed to. All those little ways, those are forever immortalized, not just in our minds and our memories, but it is our VODs, our YouTube videos, like the moments with the minions, genius being summoned, all these wonderful moments we've taken the time to just reminisce and enjoy. That's all you with us. And I'm so great that I got to make so many great friends along this journey. So thanks for playing.
Thanks for leading us on the journey.
Thank you,
We love you, Ryan.
Yeah, we love you.
Had to dress my best. All right.
We can't wait to see the chaos. The
Yes.
havoc that you
I am so excited for what I'm cooking up. You
That
have
ring
no
of
idea.
spirit power is going to
Yeah.
Oh yes, unbridled and absolutely devilish.
And so much inside info. Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll push the barrier. But with that, I will give us a little moment here. Laird, what are the vibes for this? What vibes do you want?
Well, I think something sort of mysterious, maybe even a little bit scary.
Scary.
Let's give
I
it
don't
a
do well with horror. Guys.
horror campaign.
I can't. I actually
I'm
can't.
gonna poop my pants.
I think I have to leave.
For those who don't know, I'm running a campaign in hell with Ryan and Sean. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
and it is
I
in hell.
love horror.
Yeah.
That is not
Not
what
joking.
the next campaign.
Yeah,
is.
that's a
for us.
separate
Okay.
thing.
Wanna
not
make
for
that
us.
happen.
No, it won't be so bad. It won't be so bad.
I think this is perfect. All right, take
Okay.
your light. Take your light.
Is it the one I think it is? Anyways. So, spirits. I'm sure you have plenty of questions about campaign 2, so I will get into just a little bit of a teaser for you. After some period of time, it's hard to tell in the spirit realm without your connection to the material plane. Something starts to change for all of you, and you start to feel that connection again. The same one you had with the favorite 5. But it's different. It's in a new place. You can't quite tell where, but there's the smell of bread and coal, and when you close your eyes for a moment, you can feel a golden glow around you. Additionally, you can hear seagulls and all sorts of people of ages and statures and class all around you, talking in unison all over a town, it seems. The more you think about it, the more you realize, for those of you who have been here, you can recognize you're in Pinard. For those of you who do not realize that, you should watch the first campaign. A little bit more to it than that. If you think about it hard enough, you can peer through the orb and you can see the city of Graxis. And that's where I will leave it for now.
for some information for you guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah! I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited!
I do also just want to mention there were a bunch of questions that were about campaign 2. I hope that this was able to answer quite a few of them or maybe intrigue you further. There have been a lot of Easter eggs in campaign 1. So
Oh, yes.
just be aware. There have been.
The epilogue alone.
Is that Bogart?
Wait, what?
Wonderful.
It's
Yeah, yeah, you
Bogart
do.
should know. He read the future.
Yeah, true. Didn't you have the Pinard book?
Yeah, but I didn't read it because I'm a good boy.
And I do think there's only one one way where we
attempted murder.
can really send this off in the right way. Do y'all remember this one?
Oh God.
Dude, this cello music. It's ingrained in my brain.
I know it's deep in there.
Sorry.
But yes. Thank you all for being here for the wrap-up stream. Thank you, Aisling and Peter, for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here with us.
Yeah.
Gods. Thank you to our lovely spirit master, who may return to being anonymous for those who don't know
my-
him. We'll see.
This is weird. I'm not supposed to.
You feel naked.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you, Pie God.
Yes, thank you, Pie.
Yeah,
Zach.
thank you, my God.
Wonderful. We love you too. Wonderful. Thank you for being along with us in this journey. I am so looking forward to what Laird brings. And I just want to say, because I don't want any of you to forget, for the last time,
And for the first time.
Sundays are for the spirits. We'll see you next time, everyone.